quarter. Butler kicks it out to Vincent, stops at the left elbow, drives baseline, leans in, draws a foul on Brogdon, and puts up a shot. They're going to say in the act of shooting didn't matter because Boston was over the limit. That's their 15th foul. None yet on Miami. First on Brogdon.
I think one of the things Joe Mazzulla talks about is discipline and understanding where an opponent's trying to take advantage. How many times tonight have you seen Miami lift with a shot fake and Boston bite on that shot fake and put themselves at a deficit, whether here drawing the foul or just putting themselves out of position defensively? That's why Miami's in the bonus.
And Vincent at the line, just his 13th attempt of the postseason, knocks down the first one. Derek White checking in for the Celtics. And Caleb Martin on the floor for the first time for the Heat. One more free throw for Vincent. 1 point lead for Boston. 5:11 to go. Opening quarter. Second foul shot's good. Game is tied at 19 apiece. Miami 4 of 4 at the line. Again, Boston hasn't been there yet. Smart in the front court to our right. Throws to Williams in between the circles. And fires underneath to a cutting Marcus Smart. He fumbled it. Now he gathers. Kicks out Brogdon. Right baseline. Floater from 8 feet is short. Rebounded by Martin of Miami. Into the front court on the left side. Fires up top to Butler. He's got Rob Williams on him now, about 30 feet away from the bucket. Moves to the right, elbowed, left-hand dribble into the lane, bump fake, now kicks to the left wing, wide open Martin for three, hit it. Martin drops in the triple, Miami by 3.
Jimmy Butler, his second assist, he's got 8 points. He's responsible for so much scoring and playmaking.
Brogdon has it, foul line, drives left side, bounce pass underneath, knocked away out of bounds, baseline right by Bam Adebayo. It will stay. Boston ball, Horford in, replacing Williams, and Zeller comes in for Miami, and Bam Adebayo will get a breather. Kyle Lowry checking in, replacing Gabe Vincent.
Boston now with Al Horford, the lineup that has 5 3-point shooters on the floor, so you can spread it and try to fire away from deep.
It'll be Smart inbounding baseline right, 15 to shoot, lobs to the left elbow for Jaylen Brown, spinning on Martin, gets deep in the lane, missed the shot, the tip though is good. Brown against 2 Miami players, tipped it up and in.
Just difference in athleticism right there, and shot creation by Jaylen Brown.
22-21 Miami, 4:10 to play first quarter. Butler has it on the right side, drives, keeps the dribble, tried to fire it underneath. Zeller wasn't ready, a turnover. Boston with numbers 3-on-2, left to right. Brown into the lane, feeds low left for Brogdon, knocked away, baseline right out of bounds. It will stay with Boston, but a missed opportunity that time for the Celtics to get a transition basket.
No doubt, 3-on-2 advantage. Malcolm Brogdon pleading for the scrape along the arm, but officials don't see it, and Boston inbounds from underneath.
19 to shoot, 4 minutes to go. First quarter, Derek White will inbound. Gets it into the left corner from Marcus Smart. Little jab set, drives on Lowry, gets deep into the tank, hangs, missed the shot, but he'll go to the line. First foul in the quarter on Miami, and it's going to be on Zeller.
So I was talking about spacing. With 5 shooters on the floor, they were in 5 different positions, which means all Marcus Smart has to do, Dave, is beat one individual defender to the cup, and he draws the contact. When Joe Mazzulla preaches spacing, that's why.
Smart got past Lowry, then Zeller came over and fouled him. The first free throw around and in for Marcus Smart. First point for Smart, but he does have 3 assists already. Game tied at 22 at 3:55 to go. First quarter of game 1. Smart second foul shot is up and good. Talk a lot about Jimmy Butler's game elevating in the postseason. Marcus Smart's numbers go up as well in the playoffs.
Down the stretch of that Philadelphia series, he and Al Horford defensively were brilliant.
Miami ball to our left with Zeller holding it at the top of the key. Handoff for Strus. He's doubled there. Fires right wing for Butler. Line drive jump shot. Hit the backboard. Then Butler got the offensive rebound. Now on the left baseline, takes a 12-footer and makes it. Jimmy Butler all over the place. 10 points early on. 3.5 to go in the first. Miami by 1. A great pass by Smart to a cutting Jaylen Brown for a layup on the left side.
Smart orchestrating the offense. That's his fourth assist already, Dave.
Celtics back on top by 1. 3-minute mark, 25-24. Butler left side, drives left side. Leans in, puts up a floater, hits the front rim, bounces around, won't fall. Zeller got the offensive rebound, brings it back out of the baseline right. Skip pass, left corner, Martin. Jab step, now fires a 3. Around and out, rebound Jaylen Brown of the Celtics. Boston pushing. Good hands, though, by Martin. Got a steal in midcourt. Driving left side. Goes to Jaylen Brown. Lefty layup is good. Miami by 1. Joe Mazzulla calls for time.
That is Mr. Martin at his absolute best. Jumping a passing lane, turning it into offense.
2:51 to go first quarter. Miami 26, Boston 25. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
O'Reilly. Does your vehicle have over 75,000 miles? Get maximum high-mileage engine protection with new Syntec Full Synthetic High-Mileage Motor Oil exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec High Mileage and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $34.99. Limit supply. Ask for Syntec High Mileage at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Finally, baseball is back. Swing into the season with tickets to the action. Plus, with basketball and hockey heating up, now is a great time to experience a game. Vivid Seats is proud to be the official ticketing partner of ESPN. From on the glass to in the stands, Vivid Seats has great ticket prices to all the games. Every crack of the bat, every dribble down the court. Catch it all with Vivid Seats. Download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Susan has always wanted to live in a chateau.
I like a certain je ne sais quoi.
While Jake is more into the Cape Cod style home.
It's a classic look.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they could save even more. In the end, Susan and Jake found a Cape Cod style home where they will only speak French.
Bonjour, je t'aime, merci beaucoup, and cordon bleu.
You'll get better with time.
Bundling without compromise at Geico.com.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive. Of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Kevin with you inside our Granger studio. Time now for Did You Know? Brought to you by Geico. Switch to Geico today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you can save. You probably have known for the 7th time in his 15 seasons, Eric Spoelstra has got his team to the conference finals. Only one coach over that span of time, since 2008-2009, has appeared in the Final Four more in the 4 major sports. The guy works down the street from the Garden. Bill Belichick in Foxborough. Dave Parrish, Doris Burke. Raj, back to you in Boston.
Kevin, that is an amazing stat. Bill Belichick 8 times, Eric Spoelstra 7. Jimmy Butler having another impact here early on for Miami as he has throughout this entire playoffs and his entire tenure with Miami.
Of the 26 points scored by Miami, he has either scored or assisted on 16 of them. He's got 10 points in the first quarter for the 7th time in this playoff run, by far the most in the NBA.
Meanwhile, Peyton Pritchard checking in for Boston, so we were told by Joe Mazzulla we would see Pritchard, and we're seeing him early with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Miami up 26-25. Tatum on the right side, keeps the dribble, leans in from 8 feet and banks it in. Tatum with the basket. He's got 7.
One of the things Jason wants to do is play off 2 feet. Right there, plays through the contact off 2 feet. Great on-balance shot.
Lowry to our left, driving, left side, leaves it for Zeller, puts up a 5-footer that won't fall, and it pinballs to Tatum of Boston. Looking to push with Brogdon across the line on the left side. 2:15 on the clock, first quarter. Boston by 1, 27-26. Screen to the right of Tatum. Fires to Brogdon left side. He'll hoist it, and it's an air ball from 3, but saved by White on the right baseline to Brogdon. Tried to kick it out, and it's stolen by Butler. Well, they're waiting for some help on the left side of the court. Will stop with a right-hand dribble. Now brings it back in between the circles near the midcourt line. Now picked up by Pritchard on the switch. Trying to take him. Backs him down. Now leans into him. Can't get off the shot. Kicks it out. Gets it back. It's timer at 5. On the left wing, the crowd applauding Pritchard's defense. Baseline jumper is good, though, from Butler. He's got 12.
Pritchard checked in, and Miami targeted him immediately. They brought him up to the screen, and Jimmy makes him pay.
And Butler said something to the Celtic fans behind us who were cheering as they thought Pritchard was going to get a stop. Miami up 1:25 to go. Brogdon with the ball. Top of the key, uses a screen to his left. Back up top, it's Horford. Fake the three. Drives middle of the lane. Kicks to Tatum on the right side. Shot clock at 1. Has to put it up. Fall away jumper, no good. And it's rebounded by Zeller. Miami ball, 1:10 to go. Lowry into the front court on the left side. Some contact. They're going to call a foul on Zeller. There was contact between him and Horford on the other end. They didn't call a foul. This time they do, and it's on Zeller, his second.
That last rebound, though, by the Miami Heat had Kyle Lowry checking out Al Horford. You want to talk about a championship caliber player? Kyle Lowry has been integral to the success of the Heat in this playoff run.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Miami by 1 here in game 1, 28-27. Derek White has the ball in between the circles with Butler watching him. He's going to put up a 3, and he drills it. Everybody backs away, so Derek White took the shot. Celtics by 2. And they got to fix the clock. 53.4 on the clock.
The Celtics in the regular season from 3, second most makes, second most attempts, and 6th in percentage. They take a lot of them. It can feel like it's a barrage from every position on the floor. Derek White was well beyond the arc.
They're 4 for 9 from 3. Meanwhile, Miami 61% shooting overall, yet trailing by 2. Butler drives, gets into the lane. 10-footer is up. Off the back iron, no, and it's boarded by Tatum. Already 4 rebounds for Tatum. Into the front court with 18 to shoot, and the game clock at 32. He drives, got it taken away by Martin. Second steal. Martin, transition right to left. Wild shot, won't fall. An air ball. Rebound Derek White of Boston. And about a second difference in the clocks. They get it across the timeline, and we'll slow it down with Derek White at the midcourt stripe. 12 on the shot clock, 13 on the game clock. 2-point Boston lead. Butler guarding White. 7 to shoot now. White still with the ball near midcourt. Tatum on the right side. To the right corner, Pritchard puts it up. No good on the 3. Rebound Zeller, a second to go. Lowry, 3-quarter court shot. It's the top of the backboard, no good, and that's the end of the first quarter. 30-28. Boston leads Miami after 1. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Valvoline Advanced can help your engine get more miles. Right now, buy a 5-quart jug and get a free STP Extended Life Oil Filter. That's right, free. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need, when you need them, at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The NBA Finals.
Hearts are racing, heads are pounding.
No time to rest. No time to look away.
It's unbelievable.
Because in the finals, everything changes.
Oh, it's good.
Fate collides with destiny. Today's stars become tomorrow's inspirations. And 4 wins turn the end of a season into the start of a legacy. The NBA Finals begin June 1st on ABC.
Progressive presents 10 things on a contractor's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Bidding a new client, giving an accurate estimate, finding affordable materials, getting a client to pay you for work you already did, getting a client to pay you, period, securing permits and workers and tools, getting those workers and tools to work together, and finding the perfect pair of overalls. Pockets, baby. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Remember college? Early morning classes, all-night study sessions, and somewhere in there, maybe even a social life. 5-Hour Energy got you through. Now, you've got responsibilities, work, bills, a family. 5-Hour Energy is still here with the same alert, energized feeling you relied on back then. Every day, 5-Hour Energy helps millions just like you be at their best when it really matters. Rediscover 5-Hour Energy. We'll get you through again. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Kevin Witcher with you inside our Granger studio. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
This is your exclusive home for Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets.
I'm here because I believe in this team, and I'm excited about the new adventure here in New York.
WEPN-FM, New York.
Left wing, the crowd applauding Pritchard's defense. Baseline jumper is good, though, from Butler. He's got 12.
Pritchard checked in, and Miami targeted him immediately. They brought him up to the screen, and Jimmy makes him pay.
Tim Butler made him pay 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Went the distance in the opening quarter. Boston by 2. Before we go back to Dave and Doris, Roz has more on Jimmy Buckets.
Guys, at the end of that first quarter, Peyton Pritchard was defending Jimmy Butler, and the crowd got into it. Jimmy heard the crowd, so he knocks down the jumper and then immediately yells at the crowd, hushing them, his competitive nature on display. Gabe Vincent told me Jimmy is the most competitive teammate. He wants to compete in Uno and cards on the team playing shooting drills at practice. He said Jimmy is a winner. Bam called him pissed off Jimmy, sometimes asking, why is Jimmy so mad? But he likes when Jimmy's talking his talk. He's got the swagger, and it brings out the best in everybody.
And he's already 5 of 9 from the floor with 12 points. Miami trails by 2 despite shooting over 50% in that first quarter. Lowry with the ball at the free throw line to our left. Fall-away jumper is on the way and good from about 18 feet.
They're shooting a great percentage because the ball is in the 2 most experienced hands. That's Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry. No amount of pressure is going to speed those 2 up.
Butler on the bench to start the second quarter. Duncan Robinson, a New England native, on the floor for the Heat. Boston ball, Derek White, right wing. Game tied at 30. Swing to Brogdon. Drives. Floater from 12 feet is no good, but he drew a foul. And so he'll go to the line for the first time.
So Miami comes out of that break with Jimmy on the bench. They play more zone possessions defensively than anybody in the NBA by a wide margin. But it always seems to be when Jimmy Butler goes off the floor. You are masking some struggling defenders. Obviously, Duncan Robinson has come in the game. But Boston's ability to handle this zone throughout the course of this series, because Miami's going to sprinkle it in, is imperative.
Brogdon hits the free throw. Got 7 points, matching Tatum for the most tonight for Boston so far. Hit a couple threes in that first quarter. Brogdon in his 7th year out of Virginia. The first Celtic to win Sixth Man of the Year since Kevin McHale and Bill Walton back in the late 80s. Hits both free throws. Boston by 2 opening minutes, second quarter. Vincent on the left wing, guarded by Tatum as a Bam screen goes away from it. Bounces to Bam, and they're going to call a foul here. No basket as Bam threw it down. They get Tatum for the personal. That's 2 on Jason Tatum. First team foul in the quarter on Boston.
Well, again, another switch where Jason Tatum and Rob Williams make the switch, which means Jason's got to guard Bam. He gets topside. Bam makes a great read and dives to the rim.
Bam Adebayo has the ball front court to our left. One dribble. Now steps into a jumper and nails it from the right elbow over Rob Williams to tie the game at 32.
Bam very comfortable from 12 to 15 feet as a jump shooter.
Tatum on the right side, 3 of 7 from the floor. Uses a screen to his right, keeps the dribble, drives in. Finger roll is good with the right hand over Bam Adebayo. 34-32 Celtics, 10:45 to go second quarter. Lowry open 3 left side, hit it. Kyle Lowry drills a 3.
Jason Tatum fell. He scored the bucket but fell. They were playing 5-on-4 open 3 for Kyle.
Miami by 1. Minute and a half in. Brogdon wild shot as he drove the lane. Thought he was fouled and missed it. Rebound Miami. Lowry on the run. Pull up 3 on the left side. It's good. Kyle Lowry, the vet, with back-to-back 3s.
Well, you would expect he would command the offense now that Jimmy Butler has taken the rest, settling this team down.
He's got 8 points. Miami by 4. 3 from White, top of the key. Hits the front rim, no. Rebound Martin. Miami on the run. Martin leaves it for Lowry, a trailer, guarded by Pritchard on the right side of the front court. Has a screen to his left. He'll use it. Lowry stops the dribble, lobs around Adebayo, catches deep in the lane. Lost the ball, though. Pritchard takes it away. Brogdon in the front court. Stops, top of the circle. Throws to Tatum on the right side. Bounces to Derek White in the right corner. Spins right baseline. Goes at the chest of Duncan Robinson. Can't get off a shot. Out to Brogdon. He'll drive the lane. Puts up the layup. It's good off the back iron. 38-36 Miami.
Excellent defense on the other end to create the turnover. Derek White came backside to give some help on that pass.
9.5 to go first half. On the other end, Adebayo driving, missed the shot on the left side of the lane, but was fouled by Derek White. Would have countered had it fallen. Instead, he'll shoot 2. It's the first on White.
Offensively, the Boston Celtics at their absolute best when they are beating an individual matchup, multiple drive and kicks. That time, that last possession, Brogdon gets into the paint. He's so big and strong, Dave, that he can finish against size.
Off to a great start with 10 points to lead Boston. Meanwhile, Bam at the foul line missed the first one. His first attempt of the game, and he's a very good free throw shooter. Jaylen Brown back in the game for Boston. Peyton Pritchard will get a breather. Pritchard played 5 minutes. Adebayo ready for a second free throw. The crowd letting him know what they think of him. And the free throw is good, so he goes 1 of 2. It's 39-36 Heat. 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Miami pushes up in pressure, so they're changing looks, trying to keep Boston off balance.
White on the left side. Guarded by Vincent, keeps the dribble. Swing it to Brogdon, right wing. He'll drive again. Pick out to White. Head of the key, driving left of the lane. Fires right corner Brogdon. Back out to Tatum. 3 to shoot. Puts up a 3 straight away. No good. Hit the deck. Thought he was fouled. Rebound Miami. Tatum still down. He got almost stepped on by a Heat player. Adebayo on the other end. He was open underneath. The pass to him was kicked, and that saved the basket. Marcus Smart will check in. Brogdon will go to the bench.
Last several possessions, again, Miami came with the second quarter. They started with the zone, and they have not changed since Jimmy Butler has gone out of this basketball game.
They lead 39-36 with 9 minutes to go in the first half of Game 1. Game 2 back here at TD Garden on Friday night. Duncan Robinson working off a screen, moving to his right, tries a three-pointer, around and out, and rebound by Williams. Jaylen Brown across the timeline, being defended by Miller, driving right side. Martin, rather, pass underneath. Good catch. Williams in traffic. Missed the shot, but a foul. Late whistle by Mark Davis. But it is a Miami foul. Bam Adebayo in disgust takes the ball, just puts it down on the ground as he picks up his first foul.
Don't you think that's been a season-long thing for the officials? They wait to see if the basket is scored, and if it isn't, that's when the whistle comes. To me, it's been all year long with the NBA.
Yet you look at the replay, it was a foul. Whether
Yeah.
it win or not, there clearly was contact by
Right, so how do you
Adebayo.
differentiate when a guy's going to get an N1? Because there's no doubt that was a foul.
Williams missed the first free throw, though. One more foul shot for Rob Williams, who's 11 of 16 now in the playoffs. 5th year out of Texas A&M. They went to him late in the Philadelphia series as a starter after coming off the bench for most of the postseason. Goes 1 of 2 as he gets the second free throw. 8.5 to go, first half. Miami 39, Boston 37. Vincent left side of the forecourt being guarded by Marcus Smart. He'll just put up a 3, and it's no good. A push underneath by Boston, though Duncan Robinson had position on Derek White, who picks up his second foul.
Derek White, as great a shooter as he is, it's been a little bit of a struggle all year, but you see the growth in Robinson, his willingness to compete defensively, to hit the glass opportunistically. You can't be a one-trick player in the NBA. You've got to do more.
Third team foul on Boston. Inbounds out of Bio at the top of the key. Handoff Robinson. Got caught in the air and puts up a shot that's off the front rim. Rebound by Jaylen Brown. Loose ball on the floor, and it ends up in Tatum's hands. Pushes tempo left to right. Gets to Jaylen Brown. Pops and fires right corner. 3 from White is up. No good. Backside rebound. It's controlled by Gabe Vincent of Miami. Lowry racing into the front court. Driving. Fires low left for Bam Adebayo. Goes up for the slam. They're going to wave it off and say traveling by Adebayo, a turnover.
You had Derek White and Marcus Smart, two excellent individual defensive guards. Bam had to get between them, and in doing so, picks up the pivot.
6th turnover by Miami. Boston has scored 9 points off of those turnovers. 2-point lead for the Heat. 8 minutes to go. First half, Game 1. Eastern Conference Finals. Third time in the last 4 years these teams have faced off in this round. They keep going with the zone on defense. Brown cuts right down the teeth of the defense. Gets into the lane. Floater is good from 8 feet.
Marcus Smart sent Robert Williams down to the dunker spot. That created the driving lane.
39-39 with 7.5 to go. Lowry left wing. Another three, and it's good again. That's the third three already for Kyle Lowry.
What did I say? Somebody's got to give you some big lift offensively against a good offensive team. Kyle Lowry's been the answer early.
Meanwhile, Marcus Smart, you can hear coming across our microphone, Eric Spoelstra clapping. He thought there was a turnover by Boston at the midcourt line. Instead, Tatum driving right side, goes it out of Bio. There's contact, no whistle. Rob Williams gets the rebound, three to shoot. He puts it up and scores, and a foul on Miami. A three-point chance for Rob Williams. Looking to tie the game with 7:10 to go in the half.
This hasn't been about a three-point barrage. Yes, Boston has made a couple of threes, right? They've made 4 threes. This is as much about their ability to play off of offensive rebound, second chance points, and the number you noted a few seconds ago, which is points off turnovers. That's how Boston's in this game.
They now have 11 points off of 6 Miami turnovers. 9 points, 5 rebounds for Williams. At the line for the three-point play, Lowry picked up the foul. That's his first. Team's third.
Eric Spoelstra giving Mark Davis the business. That non-whistle on the Marcus Smart, what he thought was an out of bounds, he just said to him, this could be a three-point swing for us. Does Williams make the free throw? He does. Now it's all locked up.
42-42. Spoelstra still mad as he walks right to left down the Miami bench, eyeing Mark Davis, the crew chief, who's under the basket to our left. Miami ball with Lowry in between the circles, guarded by Derek White. As a Butler screen to his left, goes away from it, driving right side, pull-up jumper 20 feet. Good again. Kyle Lowry, 5 of 6 from the floor, 13 points. That was a long two.
Orchestrating the offense, pointing to the places on the floor he wants his teammates, and then making an individual play.
6.5 to go first half. 44-42 Miami. Right corner is Tatum. Driving baseline. Gets into the lane. Contact. Blocking foul. Missed shot by Tatum. It was Vincent that tried to draw the charge. He picks up his second foul. 14 foul on the Heat. Miami in game 1 with a 2-point lead. 6:33 remaining in the second quarter. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Any business that wants to get to the top and stay there requires a dedicated team to implement a winning game plan. EisnerAmper's seasoned professionals provide business advisory and consulting services such as audit, accounting, tax, HR, outsourcing, and more. EisnerAmper business advisors help clients transform their companies, build capital, innovate processes, and mitigate risk. Whether you're in the first quarter or the fourth quarter, for industry-specific strategies that meet your needs, make EisnerAmper part of the solution. Visit EisnerAmper.com/solution.
If new Heineken Silver was at the invasion of Troy.
Oh my, the Greeks sent us a big wooden horse.
Oh no, it's full of armed and angry soldiers! And we only have these ice-cold Heineken Silvers to defend ourselves.
Forget plundering. Let's party!
Get all the taste, no bitter ending. Crisp and refreshing Heineken Silver. Only 3.2 grams of carbs and 95 calories. Order now at Heineken.com/silver. Must be 21 and older to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Where can you walk magnificent greens with the Manhattan skyline as a backdrop while you're lining up your next shot? Only at Skyway Golf Course at Lincoln Park West in nearby Jersey City. It's the finest public golf experience in Hudson County. An amazing 9-hole layout lined with flowering grasses, magnificent dunes, rolling fairways, offering fun and challenge at every hole. Visit their pages at SkywayGolfCourse.com and see all that this wonderful course has to offer. Instruction, events, tournaments, outings, juniors welcome, senior discount. Skyway Golf Course is sure to make your must-play list of the Metro New York golf courses. Go to their website, SkywayGolfCourse.com. Reserve a tee time. SkywayGolfCourse.com. Skyway features maximum variety with an equal mix of par 3, par 4, and par 5 holes. Landing areas are generous and visible in most greens. Have collection and chipping areas to receive slightly offline approach shots. SkywayGolfCourse.com. That's SkywayGolfCourse.com. Or
You went to inside our Granger studio. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max starts your morning with them, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. They're followed by Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Everyone will recap Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight. They'll look ahead to Game 2 in the West, which, by the way, we have on ESPN Radio beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night. Lakers and the Nuggets. Denver leads the series 1-0. This is a good one. Miami's up 44-42. Doris Burke mentioned the zone defense by Miami was something they employed last year's series against Boston. Worked effectively. Miami by 2. Back to DB and Dave, along with Roz in the Garden.
All right, Kevin, and what a quarter, Doris, for Kyle Lowry, the veteran who battled knee injury over the course of the year. Boy, he looks healthy and off to a great start here tonight in Game 1.
Give Eric Spoelstra a ton of credit. They had to sit him down for 5 straight weeks. They had to manage his body all year. Second quarter, he's 5 for 5. He's made 3 for 4 from 3 overall, so the one miss in the first quarter. If you stagger the minutes of Jimmy and Kyle, your offense is always going to be in capable hands. Both men complete command of the offense. You can't speed them up. They are two experienced, savvy veterans.
And Miami shooting 57% from the floor to 44% for Boston. Tatum at the line, shooting 2 free throws. Tatum so far, 9 points, 4 of 10 from the floor. This is his first free throw attempt, and it's good. So double figures now for Tatum, 10 points. Coming off that 51-point Game 7 against Philadelphia, the most points ever in a Game 7. 44-43 Miami.
His whole key is to play with force, to play off 2 feet. In the series last year, in his mind, he shot too many off-balance floaters.
Knocks down the second free throw, so the game is tied again, 6.5 to go. In the first half of Game 1, 44 apiece. Jimmy Butler with the ball, guarded by Marcus Smart in between the circles, 35 feet out. Shot clock at 8. Butler drives right side, gets into the lane, attacks, lost the ball, out of bounds, baseline left, off of Butler.
So Malcolm Brogdon, I talked about the strength. How about the lateral speed to stay in front?
Meanwhile, Smart racing down court. Nobody picked him up. He missed the layup. Oh, and another late whistle. They're going to call a foul on Miami, but the Heat were already running down court for a transition opportunity when the whistle blew.
Yeah, so one of the things you have to be concerned about if you're Eric Spoelstra, both in transition, Dave, and in half-court sets, Boston is attacking from the top of the key in straight-line drives and beating you consistently. Does 2 things. It forces you into rotation, which does what? It affects your ability to rebound the basketball.
Free throw good by Smart. Looking at the replay, they say that Martin pushed Smart with his left hand, pushed him in the back. But again, the whistle was late.
I mean, it's been consistent all year, and I just get curious again about how you decide what's a 3-point play and what's not.
Smart missed the second free throw, rebounded by Love. 45-44 Boston. We are at the midway point, 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jimmy Butler on the left side, guarded by Brogdon with a shot clock at 12. Dribbles over to the right wing at the hash mark. Pulls it out. Timer's at 5. Got to do something. Stop this dribble. Looking for some help. Shot clock at 3. Butler still with the ball. Stripped by Horford. Butler gets it back. Fires up a 3 that's off the front rim. No. And actually never hit the rim. It just hit the backboard for shot clock violation.
Last couple possessions, does it feel to you like Boston's defense is now starting to have an impact? The grind of the half-court offense for Miami is real these last couple.
That's the 8th turnover forced by Boston's defense. Celtics ball up 1. Front court to our right. Tatum driving left of the lane. Lefty layup is good. What a tough angle and shot by Tatum, but he puts it in. Lowry in the front court. Kevin Love trailer 3 from straight on is good. Kevin Love ties the game at 47 with 5:15 to go in the first half. Jaylen Brown back down court to Smart, left of the paint. Shovel pass out to Horford. He drives the lane. Spinning, right-hand layup, good off the glass.
Another straight-line drive, top of the key.
49-47 Boston, 5 minutes remaining, first half. Lowry has the ball about 35 feet out and between the rings, guarded by Malcolm Brogdon. Lowry fires to the left side. Martin puts up a 3. Front rim, no. Rebound, Tatum. 5 boards for Tatum. Ahead to Jaylen Brown in the front court, into the paint. Tough shot is good, and a foul. He was moving to his right, got bumped. He was off balance, put it in. Draws the foul. Boston by 4, a chance at a 3-point play.
So because their defense is starting to get into Miami, to make Miami feel them. Now you're playing off misses, which opens up your athleticism, your transition game. Jaylen Brown, go ahead and flex on him, young man. That's a pretty shot.
Foul is on Caleb Martin, his second. And the 15th foul on Miami. Brown at the line trying to convert the 3-point play. 10 points for Jaylen Brown, one of 4 players already in double figures for Boston. Brown still wearing the mask. It's the free throw to go. And so it's a 5-point lead, largest for Boston.
Boston 30-12 advantage in the paint, and it's all straight line drives. They've lived there.
Miami ball front court to our left. Kyle Lowry with the ball left wing. 4.5 to go in the first half. 52-47 Celtics. Lowry up top. In between the circles, drives to his left, stops, pops, 15-footer. Left wing is no good. Rebound, Jaylen Brown of Boston. Celtics on the move again. Brown into the front court. Between the leg dribble, going to pull it out with Martin on him. Has a screen to either side. Fires to Smart, left elbow. Swing to the right corner. Horford open three. It's good. Al Horford gives Boston an 8-point lead. Timeout Miami. 55-47 Celtics, 4:07 to go in the first half. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Sarah wants a yard. My own little paradise. Brad, however, hates yard work.
The only thing I hate more than cutting the grass is paying someone to cut the grass.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they could save even more. In the end, Sarah and Brad found a great home with a yard. A very, very small yard.
Time to get it done. And I'm done.
Bundling without compromise at Geico.com.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/movingforward.
Finally, baseball is back. Swing into the season with tickets to the action. Plus, with basketball and hockey heating up, now is a great time to experience a game. Vivid Seats is proud to be the official ticketing partner of ESPN. From on the glass to in the stands, Vivid Seats has great ticket prices to all the games. Every crack of the bat, every dribble down the court. Catch it all with Vivid Seats. Download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
With you inside our Granger studio, coming up on the AutoZone halftime report. How much did the Spurs winning the lottery last night rejuvenate Greg Popovich? We'll hear from our front office insider, Bobby Marks, coming up on the AutoZone halftime report. Boston in the midst of an 11-3 run. As you go back to Dave Pasch, Doris Burke, and Roscoe DeWitte, DB mentioned the straight line drives from Boston. That's how they beat Atlanta. But ironically, it's not what they were doing, Doris, at the start of the Philly series when the threes weren't falling. Now they got both working tonight. 11-3 run. Back to you guys.
Kev, that's exactly where they're most dangerous. To me, Boston at its best is a space the floor, beat your individual matchup, multiple drive and kick. Either you're scoring at the rim or you're opening up the three-game, Dave.
And we'll check in with Roz for more with Boston of 8, 4:07 to go in half.
Guys, I was outside of the huge huddle, and that last timeout, Eric Spoelstra was very animated. He was upset with his team's effort, asking them to bring more. The animation in his body and his face, it was as if he was trying to communicate, not just verbally, but through any way possible to manifest the energy he wanted to see from his team. He wants more offensive rebounds. He wants to see them make better efforts on the court and have better pace through their actions.
Largest lead draws for Boston tonight here in Game 1 by 8, 55-47, 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Gabe Vincent, bounce pass out of Bio, lob to Butler. An errant pass, and Butler couldn't get a handle on it. Hit the backboard. On the other end, Marcus Smart. Bounce pass, low right, layup, good. Brogdon. What a pass by Smart.
8th assist for Marcus Smart, who made the defensive play to break up the lob. The Celtics are shooting 8 for 9 off Marcus Smart's passes.
15-3 run by Boston over the last 3 minutes. Lowry driving right of the lane, gets into the paint, got caught in the the air, and his pass is picked off by Horford. Smart bounce pass ahead to Brogdon in the front court, and coming from behind is Lowry to get the steal. Miami ball. Adebayo into the front court, stops at the left elbow, handoff Strus. We have not really called his name at all. Strus, so far in this game, hasn't even taken a shot. Adebayo left wing, tried to pass it out, deflected by Tatum. Strus with 8 to shoot, now puts it up left baseline. It's good from 18 feet.
Jason Tatum just shook his head after that. That was 22 seconds of exceptional defense. Strus just hits a tough shot at the end.
3 minutes to go, first half. 57-49 Boston. Tatum with the ball in the front court to our right. Stop the dribble. They swing it around to the left side. Smart driving left of the lane. Gets the pass inside to Horford, who scores right at the rim.
Another assist from Marcus Smart. He's making the game easy for his teammates.
Lowry left side in the front court. Miami down 10 again, 2.5 to go, second quarter. Lowry passes to the right wing for Vincent. They're going to stay on the perimeter with Lowry in between the circles. Brogdon to his left, so he drives at his hip. Throws to Butler, passes off the mark. Butler retreats and grabs it, 3 to shoot. Left wing, drives into the paint, goes up with a shot. Air ball against Brown. Strus is there to get the rebound, but it's a 24-second violation.
Dave, from the midpoint of this quarter, the defensive effort for Boston, the discipline, the understanding of what Miami's trying to get to. Finally, the Heat have felt the Boston Celtics defense. Now you're playing off their misses. They're getting to every aspect of their game.
2:21 to go, first half. 59-49, Celtics lead. Jason Tatum, 13 points, a game high, brings it across the timeline. He's on the left side, about 40 feet away. Guarded by Strus, between the leg dribble. Jab step of the left hand. Now drives on him, spins to the elbow, gets into the lane, gets to the basket and scores. They're going to count the basket and a foul. Great drive by Tatum. He stumbled, spun away from a defender, and then in one step got right to the rim. Laid it in, and it'll be a 3-point chance.
Largest lead, relentless attack of the paint off the drives, and it's coming from everybody. And if, again, you want to know why the spacing, you hear it over and over and over again from Joe Mazzulla, and why he tends toward the offense in terms of his decision-making of personnel, it's for this, the opportunity to showcase what you've got offensively. What a pretty move by Tatum.
Tatum makes the free throw after the Strus foul. Largest lead for the Celtics, 62-49. 13-point advantage, 2 minutes to go. 62 points, a lot against this Miami defense and a half. Right wing is Strus driving baseline, gets it out to Lowry on the left side. Shot clock at 8. Lowry guarded by Brown with a timer at 5. Nice pass underneath to Butler, who gets the layup right inside at the rim and lays it in and scores. He'll go to the line and try to complete the 3-point play.
That is a huge bucket. One of the things Boston does, Dave, they track the final 4 minutes of the quarter. One assistant is responsible for it because Joe Mazzulla believes so strongly in the ability to finish quarters. That's a massive bucket by Jimmy. And his ability to knock down free throws, get these back to 10. Now you got to string together a couple stops and change the feel of what Boston has done to this game.
Butler makes the free throw, 15 points. Foul was on Brogdon. 4th team foul. Another clock issue as Mark Davis and also the basketball somehow got kicked out near midcourt. But the Celtics with possession, leading by 10, a minute 45 to go in the opening half of game 1. Marcus Smart has been brilliant with 9 assists, lobs underneath, caught by Brown in the paint. They kick it out to Tatum on the left wing. Guarded by Vincent, drives, gets to the rim again and scores. Somehow, with those long strides, able to sneak past defenders and get right to the rim before he takes the shot. Vincent in the front court to our left. Miami down 12, minute 20 to go in the first half. Adebayo in the lane. Vincent, left side, puts up a 3. It's good, swishing through.
2 high hands on the challenge by Jaylen Brown. Great concentration from Vincent.
Marcus Smart tried to bounce it to a cutting Jaylen Brown. Baseline right, it was kicked. 1:12 to go in the first half. 64-55, Celtics lead. Boston's hit 5 threes. Miami's hit 7. Caleb Martin back on the floor for the Heat, replacing Vincent, who will leave after knocking down his second 3. Inbound to Marcus Smart. Front court to our right. Strus is on him. Smart just holding the ball 30 feet away. Now dribbles. Tatum on the right wing. Got caught in the air. Bounces it to Brogdon. Got it back. Great pass to Brown, who lost the ball as he tried to dunk it. He went up for the slam, and it got stripped by Adebayo. Miami ball. Front court left. Martin wide open. Puts up the 3. Spins out. Rebound Brown of Boston. Ahead to Tatum with 45 seconds to go in the half. He's doubled. Gives it up to Horford. Now Brown right side. Travel. tried to put it on the floor and turned it over.
The only weakness with Jaylen Brown is the turnovers. When you look at his assisted turnovers, they're almost equal. Nobody in front of him, an unforced error, just rushes a little bit. Wanted to switch hands to get to his strong hand, and in doing so, goes too fast.
Big possession here for Miami. You talked about that momentum swing with the Butler and one. Get a chance to maybe get it down to 6 here if they can get a three. 43.8 on the clock in the first half.
Tatum, two personal fouls, so you wisely get him out.
Marcus Smart comes back in for him. Martin on the left wing, bounce pass to Bam Adebayo, facing up against Williams, driving to his right, spins left, kick out Martin on the right wing, fakes the three, drives, hangs, reverse layup, good! What a great shot, terrific English with his back to the basket.
Had to make an extraordinarily tough shot because Robert Williams came over to help, and the shot-blocking prowess made Mr. Martin adjust.
5-second difference in the game and shot clock's 15 on the timer, 20 on the game clock. 64-57 Boston. Pass by Smart. Oh, caught right at the rim by a cutting Williams, and he dunks it in one motion. What a pass by Smart. His 10th assist. Final seconds of the half, 9 seconds remaining. Lowry into the front court. Miami down 9. Now 6 seconds to go. Lowry on the right side. Dribble drive. Floater from 12 feet off the front rim. No. Batted out by Williams. And that will end the first half. Boston puts up 66. Marcus Smart, brilliant. Only took one shot, Doris. 10 assists, though, for Smart.
On both ends, he was tremendous. Orchestrating the offense in complete command of the positions he wants his teammates in. The passes were on time and on target. They were absolutely so efficient off his passes.
End of the first half of Game 1, Boston 66, Miami 57. We send it now to Kevin Winter in the studio with the AutoZone halftime report.
Dave, Doris, Roz, it's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the light because of your light for free. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone, a 30-point first quarter for the Boston Celtics, and then a 36-point second high-scoring affair, 66-57 Celtics with a 9-point lead here in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Up next on the AutoZone halftime report, we look back to last night where the San Antonio Spurs win the NBA's draft lottery. What does that do for Greg Popovich's coaching career? A front office insider will hear from him next. That's next on the AutoZone halftime report. Boston by 9. This is Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio.
Leroy 71 back up. What's your 20? Over.
Olivia needs more drivers for her trucking company to go the extra mile.
3 more stops to make.
She wants to hitch a team to drive business forward.
Lots of double nickels on the 169. You know what I'm over? This driver shortage.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive, of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
O'Reilly. Improve visibility and save $8 instantly when you pick up a pair of Bosch Icon wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Bosch Icon premium blades can help you see better and drive safer. And our professional parts people will install them for you for free. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Lowry open three left side, hit it. Kyle Lowry drills a three.
Jason Tatum fell. He scored the bucket but fell. They were playing 5-on-4 open three for Kyle.
Rebound Miami. Lowry on the run. Pull-up three on the left side. It's good. Kyle Lowry, the vet, with back-to-back threes. Ahead to Jaylen Brown on the front court. Into the paint. Tough shot is good. And a foul. He was moving to his right. Got bumped. He was off balance. Put it in. Draws the foul. Boston by 4. A chance at a three-point play.
The Celtic highlight from Jaylen Brown was in the midst of a 23-7 run. Kyle Lowry had an outstanding second quarter, but as Doris Burke brought up in the middle of that quarter, Boston's defensive intensity ratcheted up big time, and at the half, it is the Boston Celtics holding a 66-57 lead over the Miami Heat. Kevin Winter with you here on the AutoZone Halftime Report, brought to you by the makers of 5-Hour Energy. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
The second pick will be made by the Charlotte Hornets. And that means that the number one pick in the 2023 NBA Draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
There you go. That was last night. NBA Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum. The Let's Go was the San Antonio Spurs representative, because for the third time in the history of that franchise, the Spurs have the number one overall pick. The other two worked out pretty well, David Robinson and Tim Duncan. This one, just like the Duncan pick, is also a no-brainer. It's Victor Wembanyama, the generational talent out of France, who's 7'5", but plays, as Andre Snellings told us, like it was as if Ralph Sampson and Kevin Durant had a child together. Earlier tonight on NBA Countdown, I asked ESPN front office insider Bobby Marks what the idea does now for Greg Popovich in revitalizing his career, getting that number one overall pick.
Well, I was in the room, and it revitalized me, and I had no dog in the race here. So. I mean, you had Duncan, you had Robinson, you get Victor. It has to. It has to when you have the opportunity to draft a generational, a franchise-type player, and still have a lot of resources to improve the roster with draft picks and financial flexibility and younger players that you still have on. Keldon Johnson, for example, here. It's gotta. There's only 1 out of 30 get the opportunity of to be able to coach Victor, and Pop has that opportunity. So, yeah, I think it definitely extended his coaching life here.
As everyone on Twitter said last night, it was Popovich trending, and the idea was Greg Popovich is never going to retire. Greg Popovich is going to outlast us all, and he's going to coach until, he's going to coach until forever. That may happen. Coming up tomorrow night, it's game number 2 of the NBA's Western Conference Finals. Lakers fall last night to Denver. Anthony Davis had a great night, but
each game is its own entity, and they're going to make adjustments. We're going to make adjustments. It's about who make the better adjustments. We obviously going to come out with a sense of desperation. You don't want to go down 0-2. You want to still win on the road. But it's the little adjustments that usually help you win the game.
Denver almost blew an entire 21-point lead last night. They got down to 3. They wind up winning by 6. Coverage of Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals tomorrow begins at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on ESPN Radio. Up next on the AutoZone Halftime Report, we get set for the second half in Boston. Celtics leading the Heat 66-57. You're listening to Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio.
Do you want to gain stability, benefits, and experience? As a youth development specialist with the City of New York, you can build a solid civil service career working with New York City's youth. Start earning over $47,000, and in 3 months, you can get a $2,500 bonus. Earn a pension, paid overtime, health care, and in just 5 years, over $60,000. Apply now at nyc.gov/YDS. Make a difference in the lives of our youth. Become a youth development specialist today. Learn more at nyc.gov/YDS.
At Metro by T-Mobile, you get 5G starting at $25 per line for your family. And you get a free Samsung Galaxy 5G. How could you not love a deal this good? Switch to Metro and get 4 lines of 5G for $25 a line, plus a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G with a 50-megapixel triple camera system. More for your money, only at Metro. Free via rebate with eligible port-ins. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hey, Rick DiPietro here. Looking to take your business to the next level? Sharphead has been creating advanced custom software solutions for over 20 years. Sharphead software empowers companies both large and small, including the most popular football leagues in the world. Take your business to the next level with the team at Sharphead. Go to sharphead.com/Rick today for a free consultation. Sharphead's creative solutions will enhance your company's competitive edge. When your standards are high and success matters, call Sharphead. Visit sharphead.com/Rick for a free consultation today.
Listen up, small business owners. This might be the most important call you'll ever make. Need help navigating through the employee retention credit? You can trust the pros at Omega Accounting Solutions. I can personally vouch for Omega. They helped me navigate this tax credit with my business. With Omega's help, you could be eligible to receive $26,000 per employee if you paid wages during COVID. All it takes is a free 10-minute consultation call with Omega to see if you qualify. Visit OmegaTaxCredits.com/BART. It worked for me. It will work for you. Call 855-411-BART now.
40 days up to 40 pounds. Say it with me, 40 days up to 40 pounds. With the warmer days of spring approaching, you need to get rid of that oversized sweatshirt and reach out to NJ Diet. You will lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work along with bioenergetic scans to personalize natural solutions and supplements that get your body into the fat burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep it off. You will be slimmer before this summer with the help of NJ Diet. And best of all, it's contractually guaranteed. You are fully supervised the entire time to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. And you even get the doctor's personal email and phone number. Locations throughout New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, or available worldwide with live online video consults. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or schedule your consultation today by going to NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com. 40 days up to 40 pounds. 40 days up to 40 pounds.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Shot clock's 15 on the timer, 20 on the game clock. 64-57 Boston. Pass by Smart. Oh, caught right at the rim by a cutting Williams, and he dunks it in one motion. What a pass by Smart. His 10th assist.
9-point game for Boston. Our first half recap brought to you by the makers of 5-Hour Energy. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com. Second half in Boston is up next. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
What should we do with the broke propeller? What should we do with the broke propeller? Don't look at me, I wasn't driving. Thank you, you're not helping. I don't even know why you bought this boat. You told me that you loved this boat. That was before you wrecked the boat. Well, now you've made it awkward.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms and not available for all boats or in all situations.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. For more than 75 years, we've been transforming lives by helping working adults like you expand their skills, move up, or start a new career. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. Apply to UMGC by May 31st. We'll waive your application fee. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid courses for more than 125 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates. Take advantage of faster onboarding, success coaches, lifetime career services, and more. Achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get moving forward. No application fee through May 31st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features. and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are at the very heart of our mission. That's why this Military Appreciation Month, we thought you might want to hear a special thank you message from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Will, who's currently serving as a major in the Army. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
Hi, I'm wishing my pops, retired Colonel Stephen Sheehan of the United States Marine Corps, a happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Commitment connects us. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on ESPN app.
I'm Kevin Winter. That'll do it for us on the AutoZone halftime report. Boston has got a 66-57 lead over Miami. Let's go inside the numbers, particularly in that first half, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. And these are numbers that Doris Burke brought up during the course of that half. Boston was plus 24 in the paint in that first half, tied for their best paint point differential in any half over the last 25 seasons. And on the defensive side, Al Horford, 3 steals. He also held the Heat to 1 of 5 as the primary defender, and a lot of that comes during a 23-7 mid-second quarter kick where you can just see Boston's defensive intensity kick up. That being said, Celtics by 9. We start the second half. Back with our crew with Roscoe DeWitty and DB. Here's Dave Pasch.
Hey, Kevin, let me just go ahead and ask Doris, what are you seeing as to why that keeps happening, that Boston's able to get into the paint? What's the adjustment for Miami, if there is one, based on the matchup?
Well, they can begin by not turning it over. They had 11 turnovers. Boston scored 19 off that. Consider what they did against New York. They win that series 4-2, and they were plus 68 in points off turnovers. It is what they've done all year. They were 6th in the league the other way, the good way. It's just been an absolute struggle, and just to Kevin Winter's point, in the second quarter, I thought the defensive intensity from Boston, major uptick. They settled into the game defensively. He noted Al Horford. Al has struggled to shoot the basketball throughout the course of the playoffs, but he went 3 for 5 and was tremendous defensively. Just a complete half of basketball for Al.
18 points for Tatum. Horford has 7, go with 3 steals. 12 points for Robert Williams to go along with 4 offensive rebounds. Felt like he set the tone early in that first quarter, even though it was a close quarter. Miami was shooting over 60%. Normally, when you shoot over 60%, you're going to have a lead after one, but they didn't because of Rob Williams giving Boston extra possessions.
One of the things Jimmy Butler does is he gets 50% of his points from the paint. In that first half, he was 2 for 6. Some of that's just Jimmy missing with some touch. Some of that is Boston's ability to challenge Jimmy in that area. And Jimmy takes 3 free throws. I think if you're Boston, you'll live with that in the first half.
7 free throw attempts as a team for Miami. Boston had 13. 11 of 13. Tatum with 18, as we mentioned, 7 of 13 from the floor. 15 points for Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry, who knows what the score might be without Lowry in that second quarter. He has 13 points in the game. It's 66-57 Boston as we get ready to start the third quarter of Game 1.
Looks like Jaylen Brown pushing up in pressure, saying, I'm going to be here, extending the pressure and trying to change the series with what he does defensively.
Miami in all red with black trim, going left to right to start the third quarter. Butler has the ball on the left wing, guarded by Horford. Bounce pass to Adebayo, facing up on the left baseline. Now dribble, drive into the lane. A floater is up off the front rim, backboard, and then in from 8 feet away.
Just a one-on-one play. Eats up the space between Robert Williams. Soft touch on that little jump shot.
Miami strikes first in the second half, 66-59 Boston. Jaylen Brown driving right baseline, gets into the paint, blocked by Vincent, got it back and draws a foul, missed the shot. It'll go to the line for 2, or they're going to jump it up instead.
I think it's going to be called a jump. He darn near traveled on what was an incredible block shot.
So it'll be Brown against Vincent at the free throw line to our left. And Mark Davis will jump it up. He's telling Brown to move a little bit to his right. Brown wins the tap. Boston ball. Smart with it on the left wing. Now a lob pass to Williams for the stuff. That's the second time they've connected on an alley-oop. 11th assist for Smart.
I mean, that pass is so on point that literally all he has to do is drop it. He's above the rim. He's dropping it in. He's not even dunking it.
Offensive foul on Miami on Kevin Love. And meanwhile, Marcus Smart in some pain holding his lower back.
Well, it's because Kevin Love hit him with a screen. That's why the foul call. And Marcus really just in some pain right now, grabbing at that back. You wonder if the spasms are going to kick in there. We'll see if he stays loose.
Minute into the third quarter, 68-59, Boston leading. Smart with the ball between the circles. Now sidestep three on the left side. Hit it. I guess the back's all right. Marcus Smart gives Boston a 12-point lead. Front court on the left side, Jimmy Butler. Celtics led by as many as 13 in the first half. Butler left alone at the top of the key. Not going to shoot it from there, though. Stops the dribble. Bam Adebayo left side. Drives right of the lane. Wild shot. Somehow drops against Horford.
2 possessions, 2 isolations for Bam, 2 scores.
Now a pass left side. Hits Jaylen Brown's hands, and he collides with Adebayo. It's Miami ball in the front court now. Butler left wing. Thought about the three. Drives into the paint. Handoff Adebayo. 12-footer is on the way off the back rim and off the rim. And no good shot. It'll go to the line. Fouled on the play. It's on Al Horford. That is the first on Horford and the first on Boston in the third.
So this possession was more about the way the play unfolded. The first 2 possessions were on 100% calls from the sideline where you got Bam isolated on the left-hand side of the floor and you let him play one-on-one.
Bam 1 of 2 at the line. 13 points. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Still getting booed by the Celtics crowd, and he missed the first foul shot. So 1 for 3 for Bam Adebayo at the line. 2-time All-Star. Named All-Defense for the 4th straight year. 10:18 to play. Third quarter of Game 1, Game 2 back here in Boston on Friday night. Second free throw is on the way, and it's good. So it's 71-62 Celtics. Boston with possession. Smart brings it across the timeline with Strus guarding him. Smart calling for a screen to his left from Horford. He'll use it. Now moving to his right. Keeps the dribble. Behind the back pass to Horford. Top of the key. Dribble drive right of the lane. Right corner. A 3 from Smart. In and out. Rebound Kevin Love. Gets it ahead with a baseball pass to Bam Adebayo in the front court. Stopping on the right side 15 feet away. Works into the lane. Fakes the pass and now kicks it out to Love. And a reset with Strus near the midcourt line. Now on the right side of the front court, hoists his 3, and it's good. Max Strus with his second field goal.
Crossover dribble is what got him separation, though, Dave.
8-3 for Miami. Horford to answer right wing. 3 is no good off the back rim. Rebound Vincent. Long pass ahead. Love on the left wing. Stops. Takes a 3. It's good. Back-to-back 3s for Miami, and just like that, the Heat back within 3.
Physically and mentally tough, and you know this about Miami. They're never going to quit. They're never going to back down.
71-68 Boston. 3 minutes in third quarter. Lob pass to Williams, catching deep left post, and a whistle, a foul on the catch on Miami. It's going to go on Jimmy Butler, his first, and the first on Miami here in the third.
Boston can't get casual. You know, you had a 10-point lead. The start of this quarter, Miami has put game pressure on you immediately.
7 straight points for Miami, including back-to-back 3s. Boston ball, left wing, shot clock at 5. Smart drives into the lane, double team. His shot is blocked, but a foul. Another whistle that was a little bit late. See if they get Strus. They will. That is his second, and the second team foul. Marcus Smart at the line, shoots better than 80% in the playoffs. 11 assists for Smart to go with 6 points. He's the first player with 10 assists and 1 or fewer field goal attempts in a playoff half in 25 years. And he missed the first free throw.
Not only does he have the assist, but you can just watch him command the offense, directing the Boston Celtics players to the spots on the floor he wants them, to the matchups they're looking to exploit. This has been a point guard extraordinaire type game for Marcus Smart.
He swishes home the second free throw. 72-68. Celtics lead. 8:50 on the clock here in the third quarter. Butler with the ball between the circles. Fires to Vincent on the right wing. Drives baseline, now into the paint. Pump fake goes up with a shot. It knocks it down from about 10 feet away. 2-point game. 72-70 Celtics. Jaylen Brown back to the basket. Right baseline. Leans in to Vincent. Got caught in the air. Kick out Smart. Right wing three. Off the front rim. No. Rebound Love. And a baseball pass down court. Caught by Strus underneath. A shot blocked by Smart. Second chance though. Strus puts it in and ties the game at 72 with 8:20 to go in the third. A 13-1 Miami run.
Bouncier than you think, Max Strus. Excellent jump off the second one. Gets him the bucket.
Tatum with the ball right side. Poked away by Butler into the backcourt. Tracked down by Tatum with the shot clock at 7. Gets it across. Drives into the lane. Goes up with a right-hand layup. Missed the shot. Kept it alive, but Strus controls. Late whistle again, and a foul called on Miami as Tatum hits the deck.
Strus was contending with Jason Tatum, who just has that layup roll off the rim. He's perfectly positioned for the offensive board. Strus trying to hold him off. Instead, the foul call.
It's on Butler, his second. Third team foul.
But these are the points in the game that Joe Mazzulla always talks about post-game. He said there's stretches. Everybody looks at the end game. It's the 13-1 run that Miami put on you to start the third quarter that really you should be looking back on.
Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer from Brown left side. Around and down. It took a while, but eventually it fell. Jaylen Brown's first three. He's got 14 points. Butler left wing in the front court. 7:40 remaining third quarter. 3-point Celtics lead. Butler with Jaylen Brown defending. Stops the dribble. Lobs to the left elbow. Bam Adebayo drives and scores on Tatum left of the rim. Tough shot as he was getting knocked to the ground by Tatum. Counted and one.
There was hand-to-hand combat on the left box. That switch happened. Bam Adebayo wanted the basketball. Both men were holding each other, but the strength of Bam comes into play on the move. Just a pretty execution play by Miami.
16 points, team high for Bam Adebayo. Third foul on Tatum. Keep an eye on that. Bam looking to tie the game. He's already missed 2 free throws and missed again. Hit the front rim, back rim, and then out. Rebound Boston. Jaylen Brown with the ball. The top of the circle, left side, getting into the lane. Jumper that won't go from 12 feet. He hung in the air, missed the shot. Rebound, Bam, bounce pass low right to Strus. And a goaltend off the backboard and blocked by Tatum. Countered for Strus, who's really come alive here, running the court.
He's bouncier. He's more athletic than you think he is, and he's on the floor for this reason, the offensive end. They're attacking him defensively.
Miami by 1 now. Smart, spinning, low post right, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound Love.
They're forcing shots against Spruce. Bad decision by. Just because you've got the best matchup doesn't mean you're taking good shots.
76-75 Miami, 6:55 remaining. Three-pointer straight on. Love won't go. The tip by Bam Adebayo at point-blank range wouldn't fall either. Rebound Jaylen Brown into the front court. Middle of the lane. Kick out left side of 3 from Smart. Knocks it down. Boston back up 2 with 6.5 to play in the third.
Another transition opportunity. Miss on one end at the rim usually means a good shot on the other end.
Crowd coming alive again with the Celtics back on top, 78-76. Butler finds Bam Adebayo. Jump hook right wing, no. The tip is good, counted and a foul. Somehow Jimmy Butler was able to sneak inside of a Celtic, tip it in as he was getting trampled, and he'll have a chance to give Miami the lead after a timeout.
Different level of intensity from the Miami Heat on both ends of the floor. Getting to the offensive window, they are quicker to the ball right now than Boston.
We are all even at 78 apiece with 6:28 to play third quarter. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Do you want to gain stability, benefits, and experience? As a youth development specialist with the City of New York, you can build a solid civil service career working with NYC's youth. Start earning over $47,000, and in 3 months, you can get $2,500 bonus, earn a pension, paid overtime, health care, and in just 5 years, over $60,000. Apply now at nyc.gov/YDS. Make a difference in the lives of our youth. Become a youth development specialist today. Learn more at nyc.gov/YDS.
Hi, I'm attorney John D'Agostino. If you've been injured, you need a lawyer who knows what you're going through. I understand how one accident can turn your whole world upside down. I've been there. When I was a kid, my father was up on a bulldozer when a brick wall collapsed. It almost killed him. The doctors had to amputate his leg, and he had to learn to walk again, while my mother went to work as a waitress just to pay the bills. I know what you're going through. I've been there. I now run D'Agostino & Associates, personal injury law firm I built right here in New York and New Jersey. For over 30 years, D'Agostino & Associates has been helping accident victims get every dollar they deserve. We've recovered millions of dollars for people just like you. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino & Associates, personal injury law firm that offers free consultation. And if you can't make it to us, we're going to come to you. I've been there. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino Law Fight Back.
This is 98.7 ESPN. Tom from Red Bank.
I'll tell you what, I can't believe Gang Green actually got A-Rod. You think they'll win the title?
It's definitely exciting for this area, and we always look forward to football season. But speaking of titles, my friends over at All-American Ford Auto Group always take home the title, a #1 Ford Auto Group on the East Coast. They have 4 huge locations throughout New Jersey and Paramus, Hackensack, Point Pleasant, and Old Bridge. They have the largest selection of Explorers, F-150s, custom vehicles, and more. In fact, All-American Ford has some of the most unique and incredible custom vehicles in the entire country. Shop online at allamericanford.net.
Kevin Richard with you inside our Granger studio. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Bart Scott and Alan Hahn.
2 New York guys doing a New York show.
Weekdays at noon.
WEPN FM, New York.
I'm Kevin Winter. If there's one thing you know about the Miami Heat, or maybe you haven't learned it by now, they will not die easily. Die, go away, whatever you want to describe it. Ross Golowitty, back to you in Boston, where the Heat have tied the game in the third.
So that's right, Kevin, and I was outside of the Celtics huddle during that timeout, and their feeling was urgency around what you described. It was Al Horford who was speaking to the team even before Coach Mazzulla could get in there. He told his teammates, we don't need an adjustment, we need to play harder. And the whole messaging was around playing harder, working for one another. Multiple players spoke up after Al Horford in that huddle, and the Celtics rallied. Guys?
All right, Roz, game tied at 78, 6:28 to go, third quarter. Jimmy Butler at the line after the foul on Jaylen Brown. Miami 9 of 13 from the floor to start the third quarter. Already 21 points in 5.5 minutes, and Butler's free throw is good. The Heat back in front by 1.
After getting outscored by 24 in the paint, 14 points already in the paint by Miami. A different team in this second half.
And just 2 for the Celtics. Boston ball down 1. Tatum, foul line jumper on the way. Back rimmed it. Rebound Jimmy Butler. Looking to push the tempo. Getting it across into the front court on the right side. Left-hand dribble. Being watched by Jaylen Brown. A screen to the left of Butler. Instead, he'll drive right. Picked up by Williams. Gets under the basket. Got bumped. No foul. Kicks it out. Left corner, Strus. He'll drive into the lane. Right-hand layup. Rejected. Punched by Jason Tatum off the backboard to Brogdon, who bring it into the front court to our left. Marcus Smart lob to Williams. Broken up by Butler, and it's Miami ball. Bam, into the front court. Drives right of the rim. Gets there and scores off the window.
Active third quarter for Bam Adebayo. A couple of times now off of turnovers or boards. Just rake and go and get to the cup.
22-7 Miami run. 5.5 to go. Third quarter, 81-78 Heat here in game 1. Jaylen Brown with the ball left wing. Pull-up jumper from 18 feet is good. Jaylen Brown gets the Celtics back within a point.
That's against Max Strus, but the tempo totally different for Jaylen Brown. They didn't rush a shot because it was Max Strus in front of them. You've got to play good offense no matter what. Even if you get the matchup you want, it's not about just hunting that.
Bam Adebayo, right side with a shot clock at 7, 5 minutes on the game clock. Handoff, Vincent, a three-pointer on the run, no good on the right side, holding his left leg. And somehow Kevin Love gets a loose ball to Karen to him right under the basket and puts it in.
It's Robert Williams. He had the rebound, and he just went to pass it casually, and he passes it right near Kevin Love.
83-80 Miami, 4:41 to go. Third quarter, Brown in the paint, tried an alley-oop, and it hit the rim, and it's taken in by Bam Adebayo. Don't know why Jaylen Brown just didn't shoot it that time. Heat with the ball, front court to our right. Smart guarding Strus. Left-hand dribble, hoists a deep three, and it's on the money. Max Strus has been the story for the Heat here in the third.
He's confident. He's fearless. He's on the floor for his offense. You can't be casual if he's beyond the three-point line. Just pulls it right in your eye.
He's got 10 points in the quarter. Miami by 6, its largest lead of the game. Tatum drives left side and is fouled. We'll see if they say it was in the act of shooting. The ball never got to the rim. 14 foul on Miami.
I'll be shocked if this isn't 2 shots. And this is what you should do if you're Jason Tatum. Offense has not been running smoothly. Drive the paint. Get yourself to the free throw line. Let your team settle down a little bit.
He's 0 for 2 from the floor here in the third quarter. Free throws up and good as Kevin Love picked up the foul. Horford back on the floor. Williams to the bench. Martin will check into the game, and Kevin Love will go to the sideline. 86-81 Miami. 4:08 to play, third quarter.
So you stagger Horford and Williams. Williams goes off. Obviously, Al, not quite the athlete that Robert Williams is, but he stretches the floor with his three-point shooting. Do the Boston Celtics get to their drive game a little bit more with Al Horford on the floor?
Second free throw good from Jason Tatum. He's up to 20 points, 86-82 Miami. Inside 4 minutes to play in the third quarter of Game 1. Tatum on the defensive end, guarding Butler at the head of the circle. Butler looking to pass it to somebody. Right-hand dribble. Keeps the bounce. Driving right baseline. Goes up for the shot and knocks it in from about 4 feet away.
It didn't look like when he rose up off his feet he was thinking shot first, but he had no options. The touch is there in the mid-range.
When he leaves his feet, it feels like he's hanging in the air forever. 3.5 to go. Tatum with the drive. Left of the lane. Goes to the left hand with those long strides. Gets to the rim and scores.
Jimmy Butler was up pressuring. It's the right read by Tatum to beat him at the point of attack.
88-84 Miami. 3:20 to go. Third quarter. Butler driving into the paint. Middle of the lane. Pump fake. Gets fouled. Puts up the shot. No good. He'll go to the line. It was a late whistle again by Mark Davis. The Celtic fans don't like it. But he was fouled. It's the right call.
There's no question. So Jimmy Butler, Dave, 50% of his points come from the paint. 26% of his points come from the free throw line. This guy relentlessly attacks close to the bucket. So savvy to lift you with shot fakes, the ability to lean in and draw contact. Jimmy Butler is a dynamic offensive player.
4 of 4 at the line so far. First attempt on this trip is good as well. Foul was on Derek White, his third. 14 foul in Boston. Bam Adebayo going to get rest. Zeller checking in. One more free throw for Butler. 89-84. Miami leads with 3:17 to go in the third.
You've got an opportunity here. Bam has hurt you consistently in this third period, as has Strus. Zeller, not the scorer that Bam is, can't rake it and take it in transition. So does Boston make up some ground here as they trail by 6?
Butler makes them both 22 points. Miami matching its largest lead of the game. 3:10 to go. They were down 12 seemingly minutes ago. Three-pointer right side in and out from Brogdon. Rebound Lowry. Now Boston can't make anything. Butler in the front court, picked up by Tatum at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. On the right wing in front of the Boston bench. Right-hand dribble, goes to the baseline. Pull-up jumper from 18 feet. High-arcing shot, no. Kept alive by Zeller. Poked out, though. And Smart has it for the Celtics. Into the front court to our left. Foul on Butler as he reached in, knocked it away from Smart. And that is 3 personal fouls on Butler. They're over the limits. It'll be free throws, and we come back. 2:46 to go in the third. Miami leads at 90-84 over Boston in Game 1. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
The all-new NBA app is happening and has you covered from coast to coast. Live tip-offs at your fingertips and highlights right as they happen. Catch every can't-miss moment before, during, and after the game. And behind the scenes like you've never seen. All access, all the time. All in one app. Because if it's happening in the new NBA app. So get the app today.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs, ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing the seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVP, and we're always here for you with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. And if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
Inside our Granger studio with a turn of events in the third quarter because the Miami Heat are doing what the Miami Heat do. Just relentless, 33-18 advantage. They're in the midst of a 27-9 run. They've got a don't forget, Thursday morning kickoff, more match. 6:70 You're going to have a complete breakdown of this Game 1. Look ahead to Game 2 in the West tomorrow night. Dave and Doris, back to you and Raj at the Garden.
You mentioned the 33-18 score in the third quarter in favor of Miami. 13 of 20 from the floor. They're getting into the paint this quarter.
They have more paint points in the third with 2:46 to go than they had in the entire first half. The other thing they've done, they've forced 4 Boston turnovers in the period. They've scored on every single one of them, 8 points off. So the exact turnaround from the way Boston beat Miami in the first half, Miami putting it to them in exactly those areas here in the second.
2:46 to play, third quarter. Miami 90, Boston 84. Marcus Smart at the line for the Celtics, shooting 2. Tatum, Smart, White, Horford, and Brogdon on the floor for Boston. Martin, Strus, Butler, Lowry, and Zeller out there for Miami.
Chris Quinn and now Eric Spoelstra are giving Rodney Mott an earful as Marcus Smart misses the first free throw. I mean, Chris Quinn, who is being interviewed for some head coaching jobs, was upset about something. What it is, I'm not sure. But both Spoelstra and he, just the entire last couple minutes, just going at Rodney Mott.
Smart got the second one, 90-85. Miami leads. Martin will bring it into the front court and get it to Lowry on the left side at the hash mark. They reverse it to Martin. Now Strus, catch and shoot, top of the key 3, no good, and it's rebounded by Brogdon, but a foul underneath called by Rodney Mott with 4 Celtics around Jimmy Butler. And it's on Derek White. That's 4 on him. And Boston is over the limit, so Butler will go to the line.
And you see the pressure Jimmy Butler puts on you. They're engaged in physical combat again. I think you could have given that either way. It's almost a non-call in my mind.
I agree. There was some contact, but not enough by White compared to what Butler was doing. Butler at the line shooting 2.
But Rodney Mott was the one who called it. So you wonder, did what I just said, Chris Quinn and Spo going at him over and over and over for minutes on the sideline, did that have an impact?
Well, it's why they do it, right? They're hoping that it will have an impact. Human nature sets in after you've been chewed out for a few minutes, perhaps. One more free throw for Butler. He got the first one. He's 7 of 7 at the line. Another efficient performance by Jimmy Butler. 8 of 15 from the floor. 0 for 1 from 3. And the second free throw good. He's 8 for 8. 7-point lead for Miami.
4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals for Jimmy Butler. Complete game.
In 29 minutes, second team All-NBA. You can make the case he's still one of the most underrated players in the NBA. Pritchard into the game again for Boston. Swing to Brogdon right side. Launches a runner that's good as he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for a 3-point play. One of the most unorthodox shots in the NBA. It's a line drive runner from 12 feet.
Yeah, and Kyle Lowry, gets into Caleb Martin because he was too aggressive in the passing lane. And you were saying this. Guys who know what it takes to win. Lowry gives him an earful because that's a big play. Now, you can't get the free throw, but you just put your team at a deficit right there.
But as you said, can't get the free throw. Brogdon's a former 50-40-90 guy. He's not supposed to miss free throws. Meanwhile, Butler tries, missed the layup. May have been blocked by White. Butler got it back, though. Left elbow. Swing it to the right baseline. Martin, his driving lane cut off. Corner three. Butler on the way. Hit it! Jimmy Butler drills a three in front of the Boston bench in the right corner, and Miami has its largest lead at 8 with 1:45 to go in the third. Tatum in the front court, top of the key. Swing to Horford on the right side. Pritchard gets it. Back to Brogdon in between the circles with a left-hand dribble. Shot clock at 7. Brogdon to his right, inside the three-point line, bounce to White left side. Into the paint, floater from 5 feet is good from Derek White.
2 plays there from Derek White. The block shot on one end of the drive by Jimmy Butler. White does as good a job as any guard in the league. Marcus Smart looks like he's heading back to the locker room on the Celtics sideline. Pritchard remains in the game.
95-89 Miami. Butler right corner again with a shot clock at 10. Game clock at 1:08. Backing down Pritchard. Turnaround pass to the left wing. Martin, an open three. It's on the way, and it's good. The 12th three for the Heat. Miami leads at 98-89.
All year they scuffled from 3. They couldn't get their shooters to make shots in the playoffs. Different story.
50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 10 on the shot clock. Tatum, who has 1 basket here in the third, driving on Zeller, middle of the lane, goes right at him and gets the layup. The Miami players wanted an offensive foul on Tatum. They didn't get the call. 97-91 Miami. 18 to shoot, 35 on the game clock. Lowry, high post left. He'll take the jumper and rattles it down. Kyle Lowry with 15.
What do you notice? They're just attacking Peyton Pritchard. And they just screen him. He can't adjust quick enough. They are just going right at Pritchard.
Inbound. It crosses midcourt before Tatum touches it. Maybe a 2-for-1. Tatum to Horford. Right side. He'll launch. Miss a 3. And rebound by Strus. About a second difference between the game and shot clocks here at the end of the third, with Miami leading 99-91. Lowry guarded by Pritchard on the Celtic logo near midcourt. Uses the screen to his left, keeps the dribble, stops at the elbow. To the left corner, Strus wide open, a 3. Another one! Max Strus drilling the 12th 3 for the Heat. His third.
This team is so tough.
Brogdon in the front court, right side, 3 seconds to go. Leans in, runner with the left hand. Front rim, no. Got it back underneath. Loose ball. And that's the end of the third quarter. The Miami Heat have opened up an 11-point lead.
And the Boopers raining down in TD Garden, not liking what they see. A 45-25 quarter for Miami. Better find your defense, Celtics.
And remember, Boston actually extended its lead early in the third to 12, but now they trail 103-91. They added, we called it a 3 initially. They added the point now. It was ruled a 2 on the 4. They just added a point. So 46-25. They outscored Boston in the third. It's 103-91. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Your worth, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, AutoZone is here to help.
Get in zone, Auto.
What if I need a new one?
We have the right batteries right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, Auto.
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive. Of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Bundling and saving with Geico is an easy choice, so you're free to ponder life's big questions, like
What's the best animal in the world if not humans? I'd strongly consider ducks to be somewhere up there on the list. Think about it. Ducks can swim, ducks can fly, and ducks can walk on land. They have access to all terrains. They are the ultimate animal. And they wiggle their butts when they walk, which is funny. Yeah, ducks are awesome. End of story. Bundling and saving with Geico. It's an easy choice.
Kevin Richard with you inside our Granger studio. An absolute haymaker from the Miami Heat in that third quarter. 46 points, the playoff franchise record for any points in any quarter. Boston giving up the 45, the most they've allowed in any quarter over the last 25 years in a playoff game. Again, haymaker, standing 8 count. Choose your boxing analogy. Dave Pash, Doris Burke, Ron Scolaway. Back to you with the Garden to start the fourth.
And how about Max Strus? Took one shot in the first 2 quarters. He took 8 and made 5 in that third.
They were +8 in the paint, +6 from fast break, +9 from the three-point line. Marcus Smart, I can't see the end of the Celtics bench, but Pritchard starts the fourth quarter. Tatum on the bench as well. He played all of the third quarter.
103-91 Miami. Boston ball front court left. Jaylen Brown between the leg dribble, guarded by Jimmy Butler, who's been sensational again. Brown stopped the dribble, fires to White. Right wing will put it up from there and knocks down a much-needed 3 to start the fourth for the Celtics. 30 seconds in, 103-94 Miami. Martin across the timeline, guarded by Brogdon on the right side. Lowry trying to get through a screen, gets the bounce pass, guarded by Pritchard, is right at his grill at the midcourt line. Shot clock inside of 10. It's at 8. Lowry drives right side, hits Zeller. Middle of the lane, gets into the paint. His shot rejected by Williams and a save by Brogdon before going out of bounds. Brown in the front court, left side. Fires to Brogdon. He'll drive the lane. Some contact, no whistle. Jumper is good from Brogdon from 15 feet. 5 straight Boston points to start the quarter.
Good response. You got to keep stringing together stops. If you're Kyle Lowry, where do you want the ball to go right now?
He throws it to Zeller on the left side. Minute gone by here in the fourth. 103-96 Miami. Lowry backing up, now drives into the lane. Ball fake. Kicks it out Butler at midcourt. Shot clock at 3. Butler driving with 1 to shoot. Has to put it up, and his shot is blocked by White. It's a 24-second violation.
Second time Derek White, who leads all guards and block shots, gets a piece of a Jimmy Butler shot, and the defense back in it for the Boston Celtics.
And all the Celtics fans on their feet. A minute and a half into the fourth. 103-96 Miami leads. Boston was down 12 just a minute and a half ago. Brown driving, gets into the paint. Euro step. Shot is good. Off 1 foot from 12 feet.
Difference in size and strength. As soon as he saw Gabe Vincent, he put his head down and said, I'm getting a shot off here.
Quick timeout by Eric Spoelstra. 7-0 start to the fourth by Boston to get back within 5. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Eisner Amper, a leading business advisory firm that provides services such as audit, accounting, tax, HR, outsourcing, and more, is expanding its roster. Eisner Amper Business Advisors help clients transform their companies while being part of an engaging workplace filled with new opportunities for personal and professional growth. It's a firm where culture, ideas, and experience combine to create new solutions and a collaborative workplace that values diverse perspectives. Want to be part of our team and do what you love? Visit EisnerAmper.com/careers.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With car prices at an all-time high, our donors are now getting highest receipts ever. Donate at carsforkids.org, and your car can be picked up tomorrow.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey golfers, Father's Day comes one day early at Crystal Springs Resort. Don't miss the Brews and Birdies Golf Tournament and the New Jersey Beer and Food Festival, sponsored by Paul Miller Auto Group, on Saturday, June 17th. Experience amazing golf at New York City's closest resort, plus 200 beer varieties, and all-you-can-eat barbecue feast, live music, goat races, balloon rides, and more. Get your tickets at thecrystalspringsresort.com. That's thecrystalspringsresort.com.
With you inside our Granger studio. If you were not with us last year for the Eastern Conference Finals, it wasn't back and forth like this really until Game 7. We had some blowouts along the way. I guess we're going to stand and trade punches in the center of the ring this year. Before we go to Dave Pash and Doris Burke, Roz Gonowode, Boston in the midst of a 7-0 run, deficit down to 5. Back to you in Boston.
Big run for the Celtics, and in a timeout ago, I was outside the huddle. All eye contact was on Al Horford. He sat in the center of the bench, and he implored his team. He told the Celtics, we got to be smart. It's going to start on defense. We have to be more physical. We've got to be better than that. And after that, no one else spoke. It was quiet intensity in the huddle. And then the Celtics came out and responded. Guys?
And still waiting to find out about Marcus Smart. He is still not in the game. Peyton Pritchard remains out there. Boston on a 7-0 run to start the fourth.
How about Miami is 13 for 24, 54%. I said they needed to find scoring outside of Jimmy Butler. There are 6 different double-digit scores for Miami.
103-98 Miami. 10:15 to go in the fourth quarter of Game 1. Bam Adebayo facing up, 15 feet away, left side. Butler in the paint, brings it out. Lowry about 28 feet away on the left side. Shot clock at 5. Lowry keeps the ball in his right hand. Now drives, gets into the lane. A runner hits the backboard and nothing else. Rebound Jaylen Brown. Boston looking to push the tempo. Brown across the line. On the left side, uses a screen, keeps the dribble, slips and falls. Ball's on the ground. Martin dives on the floor for Miami. Rob Williams rips it away from him, and they finally blow it dead. It's going to be a jump ball, and Jaylen Brown is holding his left elbow. He's in some pain. I don't know if it's his funny bone, but he is shouting right now. And now he goes to grab his wrist as well. He's still down. And now lays back down on the ground holding his forearm. Now he's up on his feet and he's going to try to walk it off. Looks like he heard it, Doris, just seeing his reaction as Bam Adebayo collided with him as he went to the ground.
Great job by Robert Williams to hit the deck. Yeah, he's literally screaming at the top of his lungs on the replay. He's in so much pain.
By the way, Marcus Smart is back on the Celtics bench. He just limped to the bench. Wonder if we'll see him again. 9:48 to go in the fourth. 103-98 Miami, and the jump ball on the left side is won by the Heat. Jimmy Butler will bring it across the timeline. Miami still hasn't scored in the fourth. Butler, right elbow, gets into the paint. Bounce pass. Low right to Martin. Now drives into the lane. Up top, Vincent. He'll put it up for 3, and he drills it. That is the 14-3 for the Heat.
Just keep moving offensively as that shot clock keeps dwindling. Look for open spots. Gabe Vincent, the gunslinger again.
And at what point do we stop calling these Miami role players role players? They step up in huge moments here in the playoffs. Strus in the third. Martin as well. Vincent to start the fourth. Into the lane. Tough shot by Jaylen Brown is good. Plus a foul. He hits the deck again as he got knocked to the ground by Vincent. A 3-point chance for Jaylen Brown.
When Gabe Vincent has been the defender in front of Jaylen Brown, he has to beat Jimmy Butler initially. But boy, if that help defender in rotation is Vincent, you know he's attacking the cup.
Third foul on Vincent, first on Miami. So Brown trying to complete the 3-point play. Boston back within 6, 9:08 to go in the fourth. Foul shot is up, no good off the back rim. Pritchard trying to track down the rebound. It's out of bounds, baseline left to Miami. 106-100, Heat in front.
6 missed free throws by Boston, just 71% in this ball game.
3 by Smart, 1 by Brogdon, now 1 by Brown. Tatum's perfect 5 of 5. Miami's 12 of 15. Butler 8 of 8 at the line. Left side on the front court, 15 feet out. Bam Adebayo drives and kicks. Martin on the right wing. Blow by. Gets to the rim and lays it in. Rob Williams went to Bam Adebayo, and that allowed the driver to get right to the basket. Martin scores 12 points. 8-point lead again. Boston ball with Brown on the left side of the front court. Between the leg dribble. Gets into the paint. Stops. Turns around. Leans in. Kicks it out. Pritchard. Step back three left side. No good. And rebound by Lowry. Good block out by Butler on Rob Williams. Butler, the trailer, gets the catch right at the top of the circle, stops there. Working on Jaylen Brown with 8:15 to go here in the quarter. Miami by 8, 108-100. Butler right wing, guarded by Williams on the switch. Long two is on the way. No good. Bam Adebayo tips it to himself, then lost the ball. Stripped by Brown. Bodies hit the floor. Ball's on the floor as well. Another jump ball with 9 seconds to shoot.
Played great job by Boston to tip that out of the hands of Bam Adebayo. Al Horford getting set to check back in, as is Jason Tatum. Pritchard will check out. Is it Robert Williams or Derek White? Derek White? Nope, Robert Williams.
It'll be Jaylen Brown and Bam Adebayo jumping it up at the foul line to our right. 8:06 to go here in the fourth. 8-point lead for the Heat. They led by 12 at the end of 3. And the tap is won by Miami. Lowry with the ball left side. Shot clock at 7. He'll back out near the midcourt stripe, guarded by Brogdon. Has a screen to his right. Drives left. Takes a long three, and it's way off the mark. Hit the backboard. Rebound Tatum. Ahead to Brown in the front court. Jump pass right side. White for 3, and he drills it. Derek White with a couple of threes in the fourth quarter. Boston back within 5.
Because there's no reset on the jump ball, 2 ticks left. Kyle Lowry had to force that, and all you go off that miss into transition.
7:30 on the clock. 108-103 Miami. Butler driving left side. He's doubled. Goes baseline. Bounce pass. Middle of the lane. Push shot is good from Bam from 10 feet.
Let's keep in mind as we march closer to the clutch time. 27 wins in the clutch, second most in history by the Miami Heat this year in a single season. They're comfortable in this environment.
Brown on the right side of the front court, drives into the paint. He's doubled. Up top, pass to Derek White. Skip to the left wing. Open three from Jaylen Brown. Off the back rim, no. Collision between Brogdon and Martin, and a Brogdon foul, the first on Boston here in the quarter. Third on Malcolm Brogdon.
Only a single-team foul on both teams with 7:05 to play. Turnovers marching down the stretch. Both teams with 3. It's going to become more and more important here.
Officials may have missed Jimmy Butler stepping on the baseline when he still had possession before the pass to Bam Adebayo that led to a basket on that last possession. 7 minutes to go. It's 110-103. Miami leading with the ball. Jimmy Butler on the right side of the front court, guarded by Derek White. Left-hand dribble, now drives into the paint, stops from 10 feet, ball fake, turnaround jumper, hit it! Jimmy Butler with 29 points.
Just getting to his spot. The other thing that does is the pace is very much in Miami's favor.
Lead is back up to 9, 6.5 to go here in game 1, and turnover as Martin forces it. Jimmy Butler, good defense as well against Brown. Jimmy Butler just controlling the entire game. He's controlled the entire postseason for the Heat. He's on the right side, gets into the lane, stops on the baseline, out to Martin on the right wing. Martin trying to drive. It's Lowry with 5 to shoot at the head of the key, guarded by Derek White. Timer now at 3. Lowry drives left side, gets into the lane, missed the layup, and loose ball. They're going to call foul here on Bam Adebayo as Derek White collided with Kyle Lowry, but that's because Bam came flying in there.
You've got 2 guys who understand what it takes to win at this time of year in Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler. The reason they've won that many games in clutch time is because they control the pace. They get to the spots on the floor, or they execute their offense.
Meanwhile, Doris, Marcus Smart is back in the game for Boston with 6 minutes to go. His team down by 9. 112-103 Miami, trying to steal game 1 again on the road as they did in the first 2 rounds. On the left wing is Tatum. Been quiet here in the third quarter, trying to drive. Spins into the lane, and a foul called on Martin as Tatum tried to go up for the shot. That's 3, or make that 4 now, and Caleb Martin, 3 team fouls and 2 free throws coming up for Tatum.
Eric Spoelstra complaining to Rodney Mott again. That's a foul on Caleb Martin. It's an easy call.
Yep.
You keep working it. Caleb Martin now going over to Rodney Mott and having a conversation.
Tatum 9 of 17 from the floor. First free throw is good. He's 6 of 6 at the line in this game. Tatum has only taken 4 shots from the floor here in the second half. Got 25 points. Butler has 29 to lead all scorers. Bam Adebayo with 20. Jaylen Brown 20 for Boston. Tatum's second free throw is up. Rattles around and it drops. 112-105 Miami. 5:45 to go.
Tatum checking Brown as he has for much of the second half.
Lowry into the front court. Hands off for Butler now. Brown has Butler on the switch. He's in between the rings, 30 feet out. Moves to his right, keeps the dribble. Stops on the right baseline, puts up the shot, and drills it right in the face of Malcolm Brogdon. 31 for Jimmy Butler. Miami back up 9. Front court to our left. Horford has it on the right wing. Hand off Tatum. Leans in and looked like he got fouled. Still somehow got the ball to Jaylen Brown. And nice for the defense that scores with the right hand.
You've got to come up with a way to get the ball out of Jimmy Butler's hand. Tatum is getting the initial assignment on it. Now they've switched and Marcus Smart. You can't let Jimmy Butler beat you here.
Miami by 7. Brogdon has Butler on the right baseline. Another jumper from there. This time Butler's off the mark. An air ball. Rebound Boston. 4:50 to go in the game. Celtics trail 114-107. Tatum driving right baseline. Hung in the air. Missed it. Got it back. And they're going to call a foul on the initial shot by Tatum. So we'll shoot 2 more. That's the 14th foul on Miami. It's on Lowry, his second.
These are good possessions at the free throw line because what it's doing is extending the game for the Boston Celtics. A chance here, if he makes both, to get back within 5 with 4:50 on the clock. I like that Tatum's mindset is, I'm going to the cup. Nobody can stay in front of me.
He hits the first one. He's 8 of 8. The rest of the team is 10 for 16 at the line. 27 points for Jason Tatum. 4:50 remaining in regulation. Second foul shot on the way. Good for Tatum. So Jason Tatum perfect. 9 of 9. He has 28 points. Miami by 5. Vincent's going to call a timeout as he gets into the front court. Eric Spoelstra wants to talk to his team. 2 timeouts remaining for the Heat. 3 left for Boston. 4:47 to go in Game 1. Miami 114, Boston 109. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are at the very heart of our mission. That's why this Military Appreciation Month, we thought you might want to hear a special thank you message from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Will, who's currently serving as a major in the Army. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
Hi, I'm wishing my pops, retired Colonel Stephen Sheehan of the United States Marine Corps, a happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Commitment connects us. Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The NBA Finals.
Hearts are racing, heads are pounding.
No time to rest. No time to look away.
It's unbelievable.
Because in the finals, everything changes.
Oh, it's good.
Fate collides with destiny. Today's stars become tomorrow's inspirations. And 4 wins turn the end of a season into the start of a legacy. The NBA Finals begin June 1st on ABC.
5-Hour Energy wants to give you a $25,000 Eco-Charger electric ATV. Just buy any 5-Hour Energy product, snap a photo of your receipt, and upload the photo at 5hecharge.com. You could win a $25,000 Eco-Charger electric ATV. Sweepstakes ends June 30th. No purchase necessary to enter. For rules and how to enter without purchase, go to 5hecharge.com. Charge up your summer with 5-Hour Energy. Enter today.
With you inside our Grainger studio. I want to thank all of you who logged on to our Twitter account at NBA on ESPN Radio to vote in the AutoZone in the Zone poll question. 55% of you said Jimmy Butler would be the player to get in the zone. And you're all wicked smart people, as they say in Boston. 31 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. He's still doing it all. And as we go back to Boston with Browns going to win a Dave Pastore Spark, if you notice here in the fourth quarter, this is twice Eric Spoelstra's already called a timeout. Once during the run, and now probably to set up an offensive play. He doesn't let momentum sling a lot in these series. Back to you.
It's a very interesting matchup between coaches with Eric Spoelstra in his 7th conference finals. Joe Mazzulla in his first, obviously, as a head coach, 34 years old, the youngest coach in a conference final since Bill Russell back in 1968. We'll see who takes game 1. 4:47 to go. Miami by 5.
One key here in the second half. After giving up 11 turnovers in the first for 19 Celtic points, in the entirety of the second half, they've given up 2 Miami. 2 of their own turnovers, 5 points. Been a big part of them taking command of this game.
It's Miami ball, front court to our right. Jaylen Brown, they're working on his right index finger. It's taped up right now. Butler with the ball guarded by Horford on the left side. Bounce pass to a double-teamed Bam Adebayo, who fumbled the ball. Shovel pass to Butler, driving left baseline, doubled there, throws to the right corner, and it's out of bounds to Boston.
Recognizing the shot clock dwindling, Marcus Smart, timely double, recover out of it. Everybody scrambling, turnover, Miami.
Smart will bring it across the timeline for the Celtics. 4:25 to go. They trail 114-109. Smart on the left wing as a Tatum screen. Gets it to Jaylen Brown near the logo. Stops at the top of the key, throws a 3 up there that won't fall, and it's rebounded by Martin of Miami.
Again, hunting Strus, bringing him to the screen. Jaylen just misses the 3.
Vincent in the front court at the hash mark on the left side. Drives, baseline, throws to the right corner. Open 3, Martin on the way, off the rim, and no. Rebounded by Smart. Long pass ahead to Brown in the front court on the right wing. Inside 4 minutes to go. 114-109 still. Miami leading by 5. Brown in the lane. Kicks it out. A 3 from Horford is short. And Horford tracks down the loose ball. Right corner. His kick-out pass picked off by Butler in midcourt. Dribbles into the front court on the right side. He's got 31 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and that steal. Butler going to pull it out. Jaylen Brown defending. Butler uses a screen. Hits Strus, right corner launching. The 3 won't fall. Batted by Bam Adebayo out of bounds, far side to Boston with 3:19 to go in the game.
Ed Malloy, that's good teamwork from the officials. Baseline official was Ed Malloy. Slot was Rodney Mott. Good teamwork. Ed Malloy signals to his partner.
And Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. 2 left for him. 2 left for Miami. 3:19 to go. Boston had a 13-point lead. Miami came storming back. The Heat took a 12-point lead. Now it's a 5-point game.
But I got to go back to Jimmy Butler. Right? Boston had the momentum. Al chases down the offensive rebound. But Jimmy Butler, opportunistic, surveying the floor, looking for Al's outlet, stays between 2 guys, gets a steal, and, another possession for his team. Like, you said this in the break, and I think it's so important. The difference between players in the NBA, Dave, who get numbers in the regular season and those who understand what it takes to win right now.
And obviously Butler is at the top of the list of those players. So he's got 5 steals. I wonder how many 30-5-5-5 games there have been in NBA history in the playoffs. This is game 1, and this is just a preview of what's to come. We're in for quite a series.
27 times. I just want to pound it home because we are officially in clutch time, meaning within 5 with 5 minutes to go. Second most wins in NBA history in a single season. 27 for the Miami Heat. They closed out the New York Knicks in exactly this scenario. They've got 3:19 to play in a 5-point lead. Can they hold it?
Only 11 points, though, for the Heat in the quarter after 46 in the third, and it's Boston ball. 3:15 to go in the game. Celtics down 5. It's the same score as it's been the last 2.5 minutes. 114-109. Tatum with the ball between the rings, guarded by Strus, trying to drive on him. Behind the back dribble. Stops, keeps the bounce. Now leans in. Kick out right side. Picked off Butler. His 6th steal.
Dave, you're relentlessly attacking Strus. He's trying to hold up defensively. Jimmy bails him out with a steal.
Butler in the front court. Uses a screen to his right, keeps the bounce with a shot clock at 9. He's got Horford on him. Butler drives middle of the lane, goes up, floater, around and out, rebound Horford. 2.5 to go. Celtics still down 114-109. Brown in the forecourt. Hits Brogdon driving right side. Shot is blocked, but a foul. Butler thought he got all ball, but it's a foul, and that is 4 on Butler, and it's going to be free throws for Brogdon. Clock stopped at 2:31. Tonight's attendance, 19,156, brought to you by Vivid Seats, where you earn rewards with every purchase. Visit Vivid Seats Rewards is your ticket to more tickets. Vivid Seats, life happens live. First free throw good from Brogdon.
Another opportunity here for Boston, right? Stopping the game, points on the board, lengthening and stretching out the time.
Malcolm Brogdon, 17 points. 3 of 4 at the line. Second free throw is short. He missed 2 free throws in this game, which for him probably hasn't happened very often in his career. One of the best free throw shooters in the league. Miami ball up 4, 2:20 left. Vincent drives, handoff Butler on the left side, guarded by Brogdon. Shot clock at 10. Butler, jab step, now drives, gets into the lane. Butler, pump fake, leans in, double, kick out, right corner. Martin puts it up from there, and knocks down the 3. With 2:05 to go, a huge triple by Martin.
Off the double team, the right play made by Jimmy Butler.
Left side, Tatum in the front court doubled and traveled, lost his footing outside the lane on the left side, about 12 feet away. A turnover with 1:57 left. Miami ball up 7.
For as much experience as Boston has, to me, some of the seeking out of Strus, forcing shots when you're rushing, it's okay to attack somebody, but that's just trying to do too much by Tatum.
Butler left wing in the front court, guarded by Jaylen Brown with 1:45 to go in the game. Again, Butler drives, gets into the lane, puts up the shot, around and out, and it's rebounded by Brogdon. Outlet pass to Brown in the front court. Right-hand dribble. They swing it around to Brogdon, top of the key. He'll drive right side, gets underneath, reverse left, no good with the left hand. Rebounded Horford, out to Tatum on the left side. And he traveled again. He tried to put the ball down on the floor as he pump faked, and he turned it over. Miami ball with 1:27 left. Heat lead it 117-110.
His left toe lifted an inch off the ground. It's the right call. He's frustrated. Back-to-back possessions. Great call by Ed Malloy.
Vincent in the front court. Lob to Bam Adebayo on the left wing. The game clock at 1:15. Bam eyeing the basket, facing up on Horford. Jab step, now drives into the paint. Looking for a turnaround jumper. It's not there. Kick out to Butler at the midcourt line. Timer at 3. Butler on the right side has to put it up. Does. Around and down. A dagger 3 by Butler to push the lead to 10 with a minute to go. On the right side, Smart drives, lost his footing, went to the ground and made the layup. He thought he got hit in the head. Count the basket, 57 seconds left. Boston back with an 8.
Boston pushing up and pressure. You're going to have to make some things happen. Maybe a jump switch, trap.
Vincent in the front court. 50 seconds to go. 15 on the shot clock. Bam Adebayo has it. Stripped by Smart. To Jaylen Brown in the front court, 1-on-3, so he kicks it out. Horford on the right side, feeds Tatum, trying to cut through 2 defenders, and he's fouled. 37.7 remaining, 120-112, Miami leads, and Jason Tatum will be at the line as Miami's over the limit.
You get this with it. You knock them both down, you're within 2 possessions, 37.7 seconds. You've got to push up and pressure. You've got to try to force a turnover. But most importantly, Boston has missed 7 free throws. You've got to knock these 2 home if you're Jason Tatum.
He's 9 of 9 so far, but how about Jimmy Butler? 34 points. The 3 as the shot clock expired. He also has 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 6 steals. Tatum hits the first free throw.
When he got on the plane in Miami, the private jet, he filmed himself saying, "Boston, here I come." It was an eerie message if you're a Boston Celtic fan, and he has delivered. You want to talk the talk, you better walk the walk.
Guy that was the last pick in the first round when he came out of Marquette. Second free throw good from Jason Tatum. 120-114, 37.7 seconds left. Inbound to Vincent in the backcourt. See if they foul, they won't. And now they call it on Brogdon. I don't think he was trying to foul there. But Vincent will... Well, that's the first in the last 2 minutes, so they had one to give. It'll be a side out of bounds at midcourt on the far side. Still a 6-point game, Miami leading.
You still have enough time here to quick trap, jump a passing lane, like don't foul right away.
They get it to Butler in the backcourt, guarded by Smart one-on-one. Now they'll trap him midcourt, jump pass across the timeline to Martin's push by Tatum. Fourth foul on Tatum, and Vincent will go to the line with 27.7 seconds left. Miami up by 6 points.
Visible frustration right now from Jason Tatum. Had the 2 turnovers, actually had 3 turnovers. A couple of travels and that poor pass that Jimmy Butler took off. So not what you would expect from the 2-time first-team All-NBA player.
And Vincent, as the Boston fans start to leave the arena, you would think just needs to make one here. The first one is up and good.
How about the Miami Heat? I said to start the game, this team, to me, is the most physically and mentally tough team in the league. They walk in yet again on the road. This team was hanging on by a thread in the play-in, trailing late in their second game, but they had lost the first one. And yet here they sit, another free throw down, and an 8-point lead. Incredible.
Keep in mind, game 1 against Milwaukee, Tyler Hero, a 20-point-per-game scorer, goes down, fractured right hand, and almost everybody thought Miami was done for.
100%.
But they win that series in 5 games. They beat the Knicks to get to the conference finals, just the second 8 seed to reach the conference finals. The Knicks in 1999 being the other. They trail by double figures midway through the third of game 1, but they go on a tear at the end of the quarter. Boston cuts the lead to 5 midway through the fourth, but a great response by Butler and the Heat.
So if you look at Miami and the way they play the game, the pace, right? They're 29th in pace. And why does that matter? It matters because you have Jimmy Butler commanding the basketball. And if he's in command, he's either going to get a shot for himself or he's going to create for his teammates. 7 assists, you said it. He makes all the right reads defensively with 6 steals. This game is about Jimmy Butler.
Again, a guy that was a late first-round pick that not many people thought would be a good enough offensive player to make it in the NBA. They didn't think he was a good enough shooter. Boston ball, front court to our left, inbound to Smart. Finds Brown left wing, puts up a 3 from there. It's short. Rebound Brogdon, goes right back up. Bank shot is good. So it's 122-116. Miami leading with 21.1 on the clock. Inbound to Butler under the basket to our left. Gets caught in the air and fouled. He was trying to pass. And a foul was called on Marcus Smart. So Butler will go to the line on the other end with 17.5 seconds left and his team up 6.
I go back to the start of the third, the 13-1 and 22-7 run. Joe Mazzulla talks about it all the time. So people want to talk about the fourth quarter, last 5 minutes. He said there's stretches in games where things turn, and that's where it turned for the Miami Heat.
Butler is 8 of 8 at the line, 34 points. His first foul shot is up. No good, off the back rim.
So still a 2-possession. If he can get this one, it becomes a 3-possession. Totally changes it. In eternity in NBA time, I would think you use a timeout and advance it if you're Joe Mazzulla here.
They only have 1. Free throw is good, so he's going to save that timeout. The lead back to 7, so 3 possessions, 17 seconds left. Brown on the front court. 30-footer from straight away is on the way. No good. Rebound Spruce. And the Celtics are going to back away. The Miami Heat, 3-0 in game 1s in the playoffs. And guess what? All 3 of those games on the road as the 8th seed at Milwaukee, at New York, and tonight at Boston as Miami takes a 1-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals, beating the Celtics 123-116.
Jimmy Butler's record 9-2 in game 1s when in his time with the Heat. Sets the tone, calms his team down, makes shots, plays defense, gets his teammates shots. Just an incredible effort.
When Jimmy Butler went to the Miami Heat, a lot of people said it is a match made in heaven. That Jimmy Butler is the perfect Miami Heat player. They're in their 3rd conference finals since the acquisition. They made the NBA Finals in 2020. They lost to Boston last year. Now they lead the Celtics, putting Boston, you would think, in a must-win situation on Friday night, trying to avoid going down 0-2 with games 3 and 4 in Miami. Kyle Lowry, brilliant off the bench. He's with Roz.
Kyle, you guys had a huge third quarter and never looked back. What were the ingredients to that explosion?
I think we just stayed with it. I think we were down 9 at halftime. We felt confident in what we did in the first half. I think we just continued to build on it on the second quarter. But third quarter, we just got going, made some shots, and we stayed with it, stayed level-headed.
Also turnovers. It was a problem in the first half, especially with you as the point guard. what did it take to settle down the offense in the second half?
Get the ball to Jimmy. Get the ball to Jimmy and Bam. Those guys are our settlers, and they did a great job tonight. And we just stay focused, stay locked in on what we want to do.
You were banged up a lot of this regular season. What's the personal sense of purpose and rhythm you feel right now with this team and for yourself?
Just to win. Do whatever it takes to win basketball games. At the end of the day, that's what we do. We go out there and we try to compete at the highest level, and we want to be there for each other. And for me, I just care about being there for my teammates and helping us win games.
You mentioned get the ball to Jimmy. He was so clutch. The two of you are locked in. There's clearly a connection. What's the way that you two lean on each other?
It's bigger than basketball with me and him, but he counts on me and I count on him, but he leads us and we all follow.
All right, well, congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
Hey, Ross, appreciate it.
All right.
Well, Doris, you know what you're going to get from Miami in Game 2. The Heat is not going to let up. What we saw in Game 1, that type of energy and intensity, you're going to see it in Game 2.
Nope.
What has to change for Boston to get back in the series?
Boston has been a team all year that has needed adversity before you get the best of the Boston Celtics, and I would expect them to respond. I think one of the things that turned the game around for Miami, they stopped turning it over, and by stopping turning it over, you could get out in transition, you could get Jimmy Butler the basketball and let them control the pace. I said to start the game, Dave, they needed somebody to come along with Jimmy on the offensive end. How about 6 players with 15 or more first time in franchise history in a playoff game? Incredible balance by the Miami Heat.
Can't imagine there are many players in the history of the NBA playoffs to have a game where they score 35 points and have 5 or more assists, rebounds, and steals. But Jimmy Butler did it tonight, including that triple at the end, which put this one out of reach. Miami beats Boston 123-116. Game 2, Friday night here in Boston. For Doris Burke, producer Mike Martino, engineer Bob White, I'm Dave Pash from Boston. Now let's send it to Kevin Winter in the studio with the postgame show.
Dave, Doris, Roz, I'm not sure what game it was in Boston last year, but Butler had a very similar three-pointer. I want to say Game 6, it was just similar, where he just utterly broke Boston fans' hearts during a comeback. He had something similar. Jimmy Buckets did it again. You can call his name Jimmy G. Butler, and G stands for Gets. It's incredible. The NBA on ESPN Radio has been presented by Indeed. Need to hire? You need Indeed.com/credit. 123-116. Miami, for the third straight time, as you heard Dave say, in this series, or in this postseason, takes Game 1 on the road. Highlights are next, and we hear from Jimmy Butler. This is Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
At Progressive, we know how much you love your recreational vehicles, so we decided to record this commercial in an RV.
With a family on vacation.
Mom, who are these people?
Oh, that's Flo and Jamie. They're recording a commercial, sweetie.
Don't they do that in the studio? Normally.
No.
But we wanted to feature a family who bundled their home and RV and saved with Progressive.
Yeah, it looks like you're all out of chips.
Okay, I think we'll just drop you off at the next gas station.
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Great. It's yours. See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming an end-of-year party booking.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm going to need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/movingforward.
on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Kevin Richard with you inside our Granger studio. I want to remind you, ESPN Radio's exclusive coverage of the NBA's conference finals continues tomorrow night. There are no off days in the conference finals. I'll get two. No one else will, though. Unless you're working a series. Coverage tomorrow night, game 2 in the West, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. For the Nuggets and the Lakers, Denver leads that series 1 game to none. They held home serve, something Boston could not. Highlights in a moment. First, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Do not drive off the road with this big news.
DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Morning 6 to 10.
I'll give it to you whenever you want it.
WEPN FM, New York.
Tonight's game flow for Game 1 of the East is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
Shot clock's 15 on the timer, 20 on the game clock. 64-57 Boston. Pass by Smart. Oh, caught right at the rim by a cutting Williams, and he dunks it in one motion. What a pass by Smart. His 10th assist.
And 66-57 is where we were at the half. Boston with a 9-point lead. They used a 23-7 second quarter run. The third quarter, however, you could not have done anything better if you were Miami, and for Boston, it was an abject disaster.
Heat with the ball, front court to our right. Smart guarding Strus. Left-hand dribble, hoists a deep three, and it's on the money. Max Strus has been the story for the Heat here in the third.
He's confident. He's fearless. He's on the floor for his offense. You can't be casual if he's beyond the three-point line.
Butler drives, missed the layup. May have been blocked by White. Butler got it back, though. Left elbow. Swing it to the right baseline. Martin, his driving lane cut off. Corner three, Butler on the way. Hit it! Jimmy Butler drills a three in front of the Boston bench in the right corner, and Miami has its largest lead at 8 with 1:45 to go in the third. Lowry guarded by Pritchard on the Celtic logo near midcourt. Uses the screen to his left, keeps the dribble, stops at the elbow. To the left corner, Strus wide open, a three. Another one! Max Strus drilling the 12th three for the Heat. His third.
Something that I'm not sure many expected. Miami would outshoot and out-hit the 3-point shot from Boston. Miami had 16 made threes. Boston had only 10. Quick math, it's an 18-point advantage for Miami from beyond the 3-point line. That's not their strength. But they were 16 of 31. Fourth quarter.
Lowry into the front court, hands off for Butler now. Brown has Butler on the switch. He's in between the rings, 30 feet out, moves to his right, keeps the dribble. Stops on the right baseline, puts up the shot, and drills it right in the face of Malcolm Brogdon. 31 for Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Butler, jab step, now drives, gets into the lane. Butler, pump fake, leans in double, kick out, right corner. Martin puts it up from there, and knocks down the three. With 2:05 to go, a huge triple by Martin.
Jimmy Butler, incredible.
Bam eyeing the basket, facing up on Horford. Jab step, now drives into the paint. Looking for a turnaround jumper, it's not there. Kick out to Butler at the midcourt line. Timer at 3. Butler on the right side has to put it up, does, around, and down! A dagger 3 by Butler to push the lead to 10 with a minute to go.
Jimmy Butler are getting it done. Play of the game brought to you by Granger. For the game changers, there's Granger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product experts ready to answer your tough questions. Visit Granger.com. Incredible performance for Miami. They knocked down 46 points in the third quarter. That's the difference in the game. A 46-25 stretch. Miami with the lead in the quarter over the Boston Celtics, and there's the difference in your ball game. We'll hear from Jimmy Butler up next on the NBA Tonight postgame show. Heat win 123-116 to take Game 1. This is the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio.